Being chilling.
All right, I think we're live. We should be good. Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Perfect.
You know, they can see paint top, muscles, all that good shit. Yeah, we're live. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right, so topic of discussion. You know, ain't gonna be no Tekken gameplay today. I'm not touching that trash. But what we are gonna get into is why that game sucks. I'm tired of the main man Swedes. I love these guys, don't get me wrong. I'm tired of the main man Swedes. I'm tired of the King Jays. I'm tired of the PDXs. I'm tired of all these people, the content creators that y'all sit up here and y'all adore. And there's nothing wrong with that. They make great content, but the game itself is hot garbage. And I'm tired of people putting out a whole bunch of...
Why Tekken 8 fucking sucks. I'm so excited.
I'm tired of people putting out false information about this game. I'm tired of people not having their own opinion outside of the main content creators. And also, the content creators that you are listening to are being bought off and nobody wants to speak about it. But everybody's getting played, you know. So what we're going to talk about is the topics we're going to speak on. We're going to speak on the gameplay. We're going to speak on the story and how that's been ruined. We're going to talk about the community as a whole. We're going to talk about the developers, and last but not least, we're going to talk about a lot of these content creators that are absolutely destroying the game, whether they want to admit it or not. What's up, Scoop? What's up, Edmund's Legacy? And what's up, Lovers? Thank you for tuning in. And we're also featuring one of the GOATs that made a video that inspired me to make this stream today. We got none other than Soul Edge 349. I got his link up there in the title. Go ahead and click and subscribe if you're new, and let's get it popping.
This man fucking glazing me. That's wild.
Bro, oh, right. I can't give you a compliment. If I give you a compliment, I'm glazing, bro. I remember like that one guy that sucks at every game he plays. You know, if you say something nice about somebody, automatic glaze. My bad, man. Let me take the cock out my mouth, bro. All homo.
Bro, the stream's starting off wonderfully.
You know, man, you gotta have fun in here, man. All right, so first and foremost, we gotta talk about the gameplay. Now, I know you haven't played Tekken 8, and you haven't been infected with the T virus. That's good for you. So this is gonna be more of me than Soul Edge. I know Soul Edge is gonna dominate the game, the story, because as much as I know about the story, like, you've been really diving into it and like getting piece by piece, you know. So that's gonna be your domain, yeah. And the community, we both gonna smash on that one. So let me get started with the gameplay. A lot of people are saying that Tekken 8 is good from gameplay standpoint. That's a lie. The heat system was the worst thing they could have introduced into the game. You're talking about a mechanic that allows people to suffer no consequence for poor defense or bad offense. What I mean by that is, so let's say I'm starting pressure and there's a gap, there's a space, right? But it's not a big enough space where you can interrupt me with something major, like a down 2-3 with law, or, you know, any kind of launcher. You will have to respect it because it will counter hit you, because it's essentially a frame trap. Like, the most you could probably get away with is like possibly a jab, and at the most it'll trade. That's old school Tekken. But now, if there's a gap in your string, or a person can match a heat engager, and all of a sudden, or just match heat in general, and all of a sudden it has a power crush that's going to eat your hit, gives them plus frames, and now you have to guess. I think that is one of the most stupidest mechanics that you could ever add into a video game, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. But the people who do talk about it get shut down. But the people who are at the top, that are the content creators, are glazing this shit, and it's absolute garbage. I don't understand why this is happening. I guess I'm just a hater, you know. Another thing I don't like is how heat system, it makes you don't have to think with offense. Normally, right, you would have to, every move has a weakness. Let's take the electric, for example, because everybody likes to like jack off electric when Godfist, right? In Tekken 7, electric when Godfist was absolutely busted. You know, you can't sidestep. So a move that has a weak side, when a game where you can't sidestep, makes it hard to deal with. On top of that, it's the highest ducking, but go ahead.
They added tracking in season 2. It tracked to the left.
Exactly. Long Blade said Tekken forces you into too much offensive positions. It becomes way too stressful to deal with. Exactly. But let's say take the Electric Wind God Fist for example, right? The move had an obvious weakness, sidestep left. But with the heat system, it negates all that. Not to mention, in gameplay wise, they make everything easier. Things that used to not launch are now launching. You know, moves that didn't counter hit launch are now counter hit launching. They put you in so many situations. That's the guy that just commented earlier. They put you in so many situations where you're essentially fucked. It's a 50-50 mix up, and you have to guess. You can't step out of the way of some of this shit. Grabs are now tracking, which is one of the most stupidest things I've ever seen. What's up, Falcon the Wrestler? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, bro. It's essentially one of the most stupidest things I've ever seen, right? Let's take a move like the Hell Sweep, right? Old school Tekken, things like Hell Sweeps, Electrics, they had consequences for doing them, right? This Hell Sweep was easily, and even in this game, it's still easily sidesteppable to the left. It's really sidesteppable. Like if you just you can miss time, but it's still sidestep to the left. They nerf Kazuya to the fucking ground. Right, and you can sidestep the electric to the left as you should be able to, because they buffed the sidestepping, but they nerfed the backdashing, right? But with the heat system, all that shit is negated. You have moves like, let's take Law move, right? Law has a move that I call a perfect move. It does everything, and that move is back 4. To me, I don't understand how pro players haven't figured out that's literally one of the best moves in the fucking game. Not only is it a tracking move, it's a 14 frame mid, a decent mid that has a follow-up that wall splats. It does everything, right? In Tekken 8, now you have moves when heat system that essentially do everything. Let's take Lily's back turn, right? Remember in Tekken 7 with Lily's back turn? If it's on block, anybody who's good enough at the game would understand to actually challenge it, because it's not real. It's not real at all. But in Tekken 8, guess what they did? They gave her the Master Raven treatment. Remember that counter hit slap that used to launch you?
Yep.
It's a power crush now. So she has a power crush from back turn where you have to guess, and it's mid. Why do you get rewarded for doing shit? Remember, down 4, 3+4 back turn, that shit goes damn near half screen. Why are you getting rewarded with extra options that you should not have for doing something stupid? This is the logic of Tekken 8.
Well, a huge problem with the gameplay that a lot of us had when we were having our discussions about Tekken 7 is that with T7, the game is undoubtedly dumbed down, right? Grabs were made easier, getting off the ground was made easier, shit that never used to counter hit launch, now counter hit launch in T7. With T8, from what I've been seeing and from what I've been hearing, it seems that philosophy has been pushed even more, because, and it also has to think, it plays into the thing of fighting games being a massive spectacle, right? The easiest way to make a tournament go fucking wild is when someone gets a counter hit or just knocks somebody down with a hell sweep and they're forced into that 50-50 situation, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is absolutely insane. But I think they're trying to take the Street Fighter. I keep telling people that Tekken 8 is essentially it's just a watered down Street Fighter. But the thing with Street Fighter, it works for Street Fighter because it's Street Fighter, it's a 2D game. I don't understand Tekken 8's logic, because here's the thing with Street Fighter, right? Yes, there's invincible moves and things like that, but you get punished hard if it gets blocked. So it's a game of hard reads, right? Footsies, yeah, risk versus reward. It's essentially hard risk, hard reward, right? You take a big ass risk, you might get a big ass reward, or you might get punished to death for it, right? Makes sense. It's always been that way. Tekken 8, you have characters with moves that do everything. It's an all-purpose move. Like Jin. Jin is a all-purpose character with no weakness. But the problem with Jin, he's always been like that. The problem now is, he used to be a jack of all trades. Now he's a master of all trades. He literally does everything super good. You know, at first we used to complain about Tekken 7 Gen, you know, his poking was not the best. He had to be right in front of your face, right? So he had to be in your face, which is risky. It's risky to be in somebody's face like that, right? But they gave him moves in Tekken 8 where, well, I don't have to be right up on you. You know, back to 1 is a good poke from far distance. 4 now, his new move, that's a good poke from distance at wall splats. 4 Demon Paul been in the game since forever, is a good tool, but it's only -8 and they got good pushback. But remember, in the older games, and it goes into heat, in the older games, it was easy to step that move. It's hard as hell to sidestep 4 in this game. With the buff movement, it's hard. It's the thing about it is, it doesn't feel rewarding to play the game anymore. I'll sum it up like this when it comes down to Tekken 8 gameplay. It doesn't feel like I beat my opponent based off of skill. It feels like I got lucky. It feels more like I'm rolling the dice than I'm actually playing the game itself.
So you scum them out first before they can scum you out, essentially.
Of course, it's offense only. And here's the thing, Harada said that up front, and people were laughing, saying, yeah, more offense. And I'll put it like this, he's right in this one regard. It is fun as hell to watch, but playing that shit is not fun at all. It's stressful. Offense is leaning too much in one direction. People say that Tekken 7 was boring because it had a whole bunch of timeouts. I'm like, I don't remember there being a whole bunch of timeouts. I watched all the tournaments. I never remember a whole bunch of timeouts. Now, no, Tag 2 didn't even have a lot of timeouts. You remember those combos are taking 60-80% just by getting touched.
Right.
Where the timeouts come into play is, and I'm gonna have to get on the gameplay with Tekken 7, is the fact, and even the T8, you have a whole bunch of people that are imitating playstyles that they don't fucking understand and wonder why they're getting their ass beat. The thing is, people keep backdashing and Korean backdashing and doing it wrong, by the way, and wonder why they're getting popped in the fucking face. They're like, well, the pros do it. When you look at the pro gameplay, they are in each other's face pressing their advantage. They're not looking to backdash to fucking death. The only time they retreat is for a short reprieve to think about what they're about to do next. They're not start of a match backdash. They're not doing that at the start of the match. Nor are they doing this when you have a substantial lead. I can't count on my hands and toes how many games where I have a 80% lead and the person is backdashing himself into a corner. So when people say that the gameplay is boring, it's just you're fucking stupid because you're trying to do something that you don't understand why you're doing it. And then wonder why you're getting your ass beat. And then you're like, well, the main man suite said it. The main man suite don't even play that fucking way.
He doesn't.
But I'm gonna let you go ahead and speak on the gameplay real quick. I just got heated a little bit. I got mad a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, I don't even know enough to really make that judgment on it based off, because the act of playing the game and the act of seeing it is massively different.
You said, go ahead.
Now, I mean, from what I've seen from like the streamers I watch, like say Mirio or you or like Mike Hollow, I can definitely see, yeah, heat leads into an instant 50-50. Yeah, heat is encouraged, stuff like that.
Bro, Chris Young Gun said a majority of the content creators are aiding in the ruining games, and this is why we're having this discussion, because unlike a lot of these fucking Tekken cucks, I'm gonna just call them what they are, they fucking Tekken cucks. I'm not mad at them for making money, but I am mad about people being disingenuous. I don't like liars. They're selling their soul for this fucking game, right? And I can get on the tournament scene. I'm definitely gonna get on that eventually, because man, does that fucking piss me off. But gameplay wise, you're selling people something that is not. It's just not what you think it is. When people say that Tekken is a hard game to play, I look at them like they're fucking stupid, because it's really not that hard of a game. You make it more difficult than what it actually is. The hardest part about Tekken is learning the moves and the frame data, the groundwork, the fundamentals. After that, it's simply learning and adapting to what the opponent does. That's not hard if you're paying attention. And the thing about it is, because a lot of the content creators keep saying that this game is extremely hard, this game is extremely difficult, we're going to keep dumbing it down. Is it that the game is hard, or are you motherfuckers lazy? Which one is it? Maybe it could be a combination of both. But I'm gonna gear towards more that people are lazy. Because people are saying that Tekken 8 is hard. I'm like, this is the easiest game I've ever played. Tekken Revolution of all games. Let that sink in. Tekken Revolution of all games is harder than Tekken 8. That's saying a lot. If you got people like Red Ranger Fathom up getting fucking Kenshin rank within a couple of days of the game, that should say something. The game is too easy. It's just too easy. People that were hard stuck fucking red and orange ranks are promoting to blue ranks with relative ease. That should go to say something. The game is too easy. Come on now. Like, we could sit here and talk about the heat system. It's all trash. It's rubbish. It's fucking rubbish. Soul Edge, your turn. Before I get a migraine.
No, I was gonna say that by looking at the different ranks that people have gotten, like, I'm glad you brought up the example of Red, because, you know, no offense to like Zeku, but Zeku was hard stuck fucking green rank and yellow rank in fucking Tekken 7, and he has no idea even how to play this shit, but in Tekken 8 he's instantly gotten fucking blue rank.
Yeah, mid blue.
Yeah, in season 1 I was busting my ass off to get out of yellow rank.
Bro, orange rank and red rank was accomplishments in season 1 of Tekken 7. It was an accomplishment. And then tag 2, for all my tag 2 players, getting past the fucking green ranks was a fucking accomplishment.
Yeah, you had compilations of people pissing themselves to get out of green ranks.
And if you made it to the red ranks in tag 2, you was considerably good. Like, you was really good if you made it to red ranks in tag 2. I made it to orange. I was okay, but I wasn't like super good or anything. I was decent.
But if you got Genbu, that said something. In tag 2, that really said something.
But in Tekken 8, people that I know I dog walk on the regular, and I still do. I still run into the same people in Tekken 7 that are higher than me because I don't play the game enough, and they still get dog walked. You have DOA players that have never touched a Tekken in their life over there hitting Tekken God with ease, with traditionally hard characters. Stop it. And people want to preach to me that Tekken 8 is a good game? I'll ask everybody in this chat, what is the sole purpose of a game in the first place? For all the real gamers out here, what is the sole purpose of a game? What is one of the number one reasons why we play games in the first place? Of course, entertainment, but what's the other reason? Well, of course, we play them to have fun, but what makes the game fun in the first place?
You learn how to play the game and you get good at it.
What makes the game fun in the first place is the challenge. This is why I don't like, it's not a challenge. When you play the older games, and it used to be frustrating, you used to keep getting your ass kicked, but once you figure it out, it's rewarding, which is why you keep playing the games. When the games don't hold your hand and do everything for you, it makes the game fun. I realize that as I play these fighting games today, these games hold your hand too much. It's not fun. It's catering into the, and I'm sorry to go off topic a little bit, but it's catering into the lifestyle and the generation that we're in right now, where everything is fucking handed to you and you don't have to earn anything. And people are the most entitled. It's a participation trophy.
Yep.
Jersey got it right to fucking compete. The challenge, Loveless, you got it right. To the challenge of the game makes it fun. No offense to Jersey, but Jersey was hard stuck blue. He was hard stuck in the purple blue in Tekken 7. He reached Tekken King within a couple of days. That shows you how bad the game is. It's not the shit on him, but it's a major contrast. And people keep complaining about gatekeeping. Bring gatekeeping back. Bring it back. Because now in Tekken 8, we have a whole bunch of people with inflated egos over something they really didn't earn, because they don't have to fight anybody, because everybody's either plugging, either cheesing their way to victory, or, one and done. Cherry picking.
and that lifestyle is encouraged, as seen by Drakens.
God, I don't want to get on content creators. We're gonna say the content creators for later. We gonna get on them because I have a lot to say about those motherfuckers. I have a lot to say, but we're gonna get on this. We're gonna get on this story because I realize this is gonna be a perfect transition.
Yep.
All fighting games and esports, in that ironically, esports killed story. If you look at Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, if you look at Street Fighter 2 in the Alpha series and Third Strike, or Street Fighter 3 series, if you look at Tekken 1 through 4, those are heavily story-based games. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay was a heavy factor too, but the story carried. We wanted to see what happened with Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Shinnok, or whatever character you like from MK. You wanted to see what happened with Ryu, Ken, Shadow Law, Bison. We wanted to see what happened with the characters in Street Fighter. We wanted to see what happened with Jin, Kazuya, Jun, King, whoever. It was story driven with good gameplay. But as esports and the FGC has progressed into something major, which is a big ass scam, by the way, but I'm gonna get to that. Esports is a huge ass scam, which it jumped into a giant scam. The people who are making these games are making the esports base just for a cash grab, and the story is now secondary. And the fucking goddamn FGC junkies, they are the problem or reason why the story sucks.
Yep.
Story has suffered for fucking Evo and tournaments and shit. Am I saying that it shouldn't be there? But no, there's a healthy balance. The last game that had a healthy balance of that was Street Fighter 4. Decent story, great characters, great gameplay, beautiful online, and FGC heavy. It was beautiful. It had all of it. It was one of the games that brought the FGC back in the first place. But we're talking about Tekken story and how Harada and you, hold on, let me point at the camera, you don't care about it. Go ahead, Soul Edge.
Okay. Well, I've talked at length about the reasons why the modern Tekken story doesn't work and why it's just fundamentally broken. From the amount of egregious retcons to the lack of care put in by the developers. There's a lot to unpack here. With Tekken 8, though, when we were discussing about it, like in the numerous amount of fucking party chats discussions we've had with Tenez, Falcon, Zeku, and all of them, we really didn't even know what to expect for Tekken 8's story, besides the fact we wanted to like it. Now, I've already made a video discussing my thoughts on it. To summarize the entire, both my two-parters, I think Chapter 1 is fantastic, and it sets up the tone for the rest of the game. I think the game craps its pants after that, but it has good concepts that are either poorly executed or they're surface level. And I think the final chapter continues some of the strong thematics from Chapter 1, but they're not as executed as strongly, and it devolves into current Tekken, which is just big, dumb, fucking anime spectacle shit. And I'm so tired of the shonen inspiration that Tekken 8 has taken. But I've spoken at length about this. What I want to hear from you, Scrub, is what expectations did you have going into Tekken 8? Because I see a lot of the defenses for T8 is, well, you had the bar set too high. You didn't like the story because, well, you had the wrong expectations. How do you feel about that? What expectations did you have for the story?
Well, overall, I'll say this. Because I said this a long time ago with anybody who's been in a party chat with me. I always said, if you don't like Tekken 7, you're not going to like Tekken 8. Because of Tekken, I'm getting to the point. Because of Tekken 7's success and how bad that story mode was, it incentivized them not to make a better story. So my expectations were extremely low for Tekken 8 stories, and somehow they still didn't even meet that. Somehow. What it devolved into was some Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood war kind of shit, along with some fucking... Why is Jun in the story? I always ask this. I'm like, this woman has been missing from Tekken 3 to now, and she comes back into the story. Why is this woman in the story? Why replace Angel with Jun if you wasn't gonna do nothing with Jun from Tekken 3 onwards, and then put her back in Tekken 8? It feels like a big ass pull. That's what Tekken 8 story in this amalgamation sums up to me. It's a big ass pull. Law is Bruce Lee family should be fucking pissed. They complain about Fei Long in Street Fighter, but what they have done to martial law after 4 is some of the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen done to one of the most legendary and iconic fighters of all time. You mean a guy that started off wanting to create his own dojo and, you know, wanted to start his own restaurant, which is honorable, you know, want to make an honest living and teach his martial arts. Oh no, it's honest, you know, I can respect that. He went from that to being a comedic relief to being obsessed with rich people and a communist.
Yeah, it's so bad. And they've had this joke on fucking repeat since T5. It's just not funny.
And in Tekken 8 story mode, you mean to tell me that Law, martial law of all people, joins the devil over some stupid finances? When half the cast is fucking rich? Even your friend Steve is fucking loaded. It doesn't make sense. Paul, another example, can go one-on-one with Kazuya in base form and not get fucking trampled. Can defeat base ogre. Not go toe, beat the shit out of him. Beats the crap out of base ogre. He went from that to his biggest rival is being a fucking bear. And getting fucking dog stomped by Fang Wei in Tekken 7. Along with Law. So you have... Go ahead.
You didn't even get dog stomped by him. What happened? Like, he was the one who beat up Fang in Law's ending. But what happened was Fang pulled out some power-up bullshit. He didn't attack them. He just powered up.
You talking about the Dragon Skulls, right? Yeah. But my thing is, you have Paul, one of the most iconic characters in Tekken, period. For all my old heads out there, y'all know y'all love Paul. Arguably one of the strongest characters in the series. Running away from a fight? Running away from Fang Wei along with Law? It's 2-on-1 and you're running? Atsuka, another character that is completely useless and has been useless since she originated in the T5. And for all you, I'm finna point at this fucking camera again. For all you hentai-fapping motherfuckers, it's your fault why this character's still here. It's your fault. You niggas who be making characters with Lily Barefoot, you know who the fuck you are. Don't sit down like you don't. You know who you are. And all you Oscar porn addicts, you are the reason why this useless ass character is still here. And why she will never be fucking cool because y'all don't require her to be a dope fucking character. I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, you're just sexist. No, there are cool female characters. She ain't one of them. That bitch is an L. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
The reason why Asuka sucks is the exact same reason why Karin in Naruto sucks. You have a character who is related to the fucking protagonist, but they never do anything. And what instead they insist on doing is have her in a ripoff of Sakura and Karin's rivalry from Street Fighter. Except you have way less interesting characters. They've had this joke on repeat since Tekken 6. It's not funny then, it's not funny now. They're the most dumbest scene in the entire game. Like we all know there's a bunch of stupid scenes in T8. The dumbest scene in the game is when Asuka and Jin were sitting a few feet away from each other in Lily's plane, and they don't look at each other or talk to each other while discussing the Kazama lineage. Easily one of the most offensive parts of the story mode.
I'm trying to figure out why Asuka ain't doing Jesus shit like Jun.
When she honestly should be.
Why ain't she doing the Jesus shit? Like you got this bitch Jenna coming in here doing Jesus shit. Like she's doing the Kanye Jesus walk shit, and Oscar just sitting there looking crazy.
Well, when it comes to discussing the story, fucking Kazama lineage is a whole other issue, which, don't worry, we'll get into that. But the main thing about the story is...
You know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
As you just said, that ogre theme just came on from T3 while a lot of this shit started.
That's what a coincidence. But yes, the main... Jin's story is very much the story of the game, and anything that happens is in service of Jin's arc. Now, I have a bunch more of new information to talk about on Jin's arc, but I want to hear what you think about it.
When it comes to Jin arc, I still have to discuss Jun. So you mean to tell me, bitch, you went into a mystical cave and slept? You're a bear? You hibernated for damn near a decade? Or decades? And you just came back and now everything... Let me talk about Jin. Jin used to be fucking dope. You can't sit here and tell me as a Tekken fan, when he was announced in T3, and you played that nigga for the first time, no matter what outfit you picked, and that nigga look at you, bend the knee, hit the head tilt, put the gloves up, you cannot say that shit wasn't the dopest shit ever. No talking, no none of that bullshit, straight fights. You can't tell me when you booted up Tekken 3 for the first time and you saw the intro and that nigga Jin doing the kata along with Harang, Zhao Yu, Lei, and fucking Forest Law, and Eddie, you cannot tell me that shit wasn't cool. And him ended up with his father's special move, the lightning screw uppercut. You cannot tell me that shit wasn't dope. Then you go to T4. He denounces the Mishima Ryu fighting style, and he goes to karate. And that his fucking face on T4 was some of the sickest art style in Tekken history. I don't want to hear no debates about it. That shit was fucking clean.
It is.
He did that. Plans to show a whole other fighting style. Cool as shit. T5, he was still somewhat cool. And then T6, what the fuck happened? He went from this cool ass, super cool dude from T3, Tag 1, T4, somewhat T5, and then to this super emo nigga that wants to dominate the world in T6 and start a war for no fucking reason when he has all these available resources and don't use none of them, even though Hiachi sure did, you know. But fuck it, even though he took over the Mishima Zaibatsu, don't use none of the fucking resources. That you are fucking loaded, nigga. You're one of the richest characters in the fucking show at this point, and you do nothing with it. And oh fucking god. And then let's not get started on Tekken 7. You sneak for all of Tekken 7. What was the point of showing you? And then at the end of Tekken 7, you show up with these niggas as the fucking Avengers. And then T8, all the shit you done from T6 is just forgiven. Like you never did it in the first place. I fucking hate this game.
So give a more take on what's this nigga funny. Okay. In all seriousness, the problem with Jin's arc in this game is that he was placed in a very interesting scenario.
My fault if I was too loud.
Go ahead. The problem with Jin's arc is that he's placed in an interesting scenario to where he's always been a self-destructive character, right? He's always had these suicidal tendencies. And he's always been worse than the people he's been fighting. You know, the whole quote of, he who fights with monsters should be careful lest he himself becomes a monster. If you place Jin in a scenario to where Tekken 6 fails, his plan didn't work. Azazel is still a creature. He's still alive. Kazuya is still alive. Heihachi is still alive. And you still have the Devil Jin. And now the world is screwed. If Tekken 8 was able to use the flaws of Tekken 6's story in order to enhance this one, you would end up making Tekken 6's story better in a vacuum, and you would help alleviate some of the issues people had with Jin's character in that game. The fact that the people who are fighting alongside Jin are the people that he has wronged. Characters like Lars, characters like Elisa especially.
Bro, Lars literally got his whole crew folded.
Exactly. The fact that these are the people that Jin has to fight alongside against, there are so many opportunities for interesting character moments. How does the public feel about Jin following T6? How do the characters feel about the fact that this is the man they have to put their faith in, considering they spent the last 2 games trying to take him down? But we never get an answer to that, and Jin never discovers how he's different from Kazuya. Instead, he just gets a hollow payoff that's built on blatant character assassination and inconsistencies, and he beats up Kazuya with the fucking power of friendship.
Bro, you know what's crazy? And people hate me for saying this, but I say that that Jin got the Gohan treatment. He just gets shit for no reason. He literally gets shit for no reason. Bruh. Well, I'll say Buu or Gohan because he actually had to work for Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. Actually, he had to work for those.
Yeah.
But he gets the Gohan treatment after the Cell arc. This nigga don't work for shit. He don't work for shit. When the last time you seen this nigga actually do something where you like, you know what, I gotta respect the grind? The last time we had to see that was T4 when that nigga actually had to learn a whole new martial art and go into fucking hiding. You've been... Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that the main theme of the game is self-acceptance, right? And that's why we have the scene of where Jin has to confront Devil Jin. Devil in general has always been used as a manifestation of all of the character's sins. And in the case of Devil Jin, it represents everything that he hates about himself, the worst aspects of himself. That's the main theme of the game. The issue is, how are the characters going to accept themselves when you, the writers, aren't even accepting your own flaws by using the previous games to enhance this story?
But people don't understand this. It's a lot of the FGC nerds, even some of the FGC nerds in my chat right now, that are goddamn seething at the teeth talked about, but the gameplay and all this other shit. Let me tell you this. You don't care about the story, and here's why. You over here sucking Harada's nuts, but honestly, the story was better without him. Harada officially took over in T3. That's when the story, even though T3 and T4 had decent story, the best story and the best origin story they had was T1 and T2. People don't want to talk about that because y'all don't care about the fucking games. You care about the esports glory and all this other shit. You don't. Let me put it like this. A lot of you niggas are not Tekken fans. You're FGC fans. And there's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I'm an actual Tekken fan. I love the story and I love all this other shit. Most of y'all don't. So when it comes down to these conversations that we're having right now, you're speaking from a premise of something you don't know because most of y'all never even played Tekken 1 or T2, and nor do y'all care. But going back to the original story, Jin is just... Matter of fact, they did the exact opposite of what you just said with self-acceptance. Jin showed you everything that's wrong with the story. He showed you literally everything that was wrong with it. He literally couldn't accept the devil. The devil was a part of himself. He was branded with that in T3. Ryu did a better job of accepting himself than and you know what's crazy? They literally stole that for Street Fighter V with Ryu. They literally stole that.
Yeah. Well,
Kage versus... Right.
It's not even just Ryu. It's insert any fucking inner demon. Naruto with Kurama, Bleach especially, Ichigo with I don't know what his inner demon is called, but one of the main writers of Tekken 8 is a big fan of Bleach. Ichigo canonically loves fucking Tekken, and Harada is a fan of Bleach. Yes, they ripped off of Bleach, and they don't understand the meaning behind that inner demon and why that conflict works.
You're right, Long Leg. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I was just saying the comment.
Yeah. Well, the whole inner conflict with like Jin and Kazuya was more interesting when it was its own shit. And there's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from shonen if you use the writing the shows are known for to enhance your story.
Or
is, and we talked about this, the problem is what they do is they make it a parody of shonen. The final fight dialogue that Jin had to Kazuya, where he says, "I will never forget my friends. I will never forget our bonds." That's
Naruto.
That's the kind of shit you see someone make fun of shonen for. I see that in a parody of shonen.
But the thing is, that was never Jin's personality to begin with. People forget what Jin used to be. That's not Jin's personality.
It's not. They turned him. The problem is, and this is why I keep saying they
made him cringe.
Yeah, they don't use the flaws of T6 to make him a better character. Instead, they were too recessive about the criticism that Tekken 6 and 7 got, so they said, let's dumb Jin down. You know how people call Superman a boring character because he has the desire to protect people? That's what those stupid people think. What those stupid people think Superman is. Because Superman has a lot more depth to him than what this fucking bastardization of Jin does.
You know what, with Jin, it would have made more sense if they would have used the power of friendship if they would have killed Hwoarang. I love Hwoarang, but that would have made sense because if you look at the storyline, that's been his closest friend. Everybody else, if you look at the storyline, T3, him and Hwoarang. Tag 1, him and Hwoarang. T4, him and Hwoarang. E5, him and Hwoarang. Clearly, they're more rivals than friends, but still, if you want to have anybody to make the shit that Jin says make sense, either have Hwoarang borderline about to fucking die or kill him.
Or
he never get
fight.
Go ahead.
Fight, besides Jin.
Here's the thing. He never gave a fuck about Zhao Yu. Never.
I mean, he kind of did. No, he kind of did.
He looked at Zhao Yu as a nuisance. T3, he definitely looked at Zhao Yu as a nuisance.
I'd say T6 because if you look at their interactions in T5, he uses the pet name Xiao. He does care for her. They just barely have any scenes.
T3, almost saying, with T3 and T4, he looked at her as a nuisance. Then she kind of grew on him, but not in the sense where he'll be saying, I'll never forget my friends. Boy, you don't get your ass on with that bullshit.
My God, it's so fucking cringe.
Like, you was trained by Heihachi. That nigga tried to kill you. Let's go back to T3. That nigga shot you in the head. He shot you in the head and literally left you to die, and you borderline almost kill his ass. But here's the thing: the self-acceptance and all this other shit, it started with T3. He said, you know what? He was more in control of his devil form in T3 than he is in Tekken 8 in the beginning. Here's the thing: if Jin would have killed Heihachi in T3, not one person would have batted the eyelash because Heihachi had that shit coming.
I mean, of course.
He chose not to kill him. T4, the devil started flaring up again. He's looking at Heihachi. He said, Heihachi. No, Kazuya actually this time.
Kazuya and Heihachi. He didn't kill them because he saw, and this ties into the deeper thematics again that people don't care about. He sees a vision of Jun, and then he sees a vision of then he sees the statue of the Buddha, right? The Buddha is a figure that represents self-control. And the reason he sees Jun isn't just because mother figures are nurturing within Tekken. It's because the Kazama fighting style it's a defensive fighting style. Defense is more so about control, right?
Yeah, Aikido.
The Mishima style is more so aggressive, and you lose control.
Even though in gameplay sense, it's actually the complete opposite.
Yeah, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I get the idea. But you know what another thing is, I'm talking about T8 and friendships. When the fuck did Jin and Lee become cool?
Off screen, there was a 6-month time skip. Everyone just fucking forgave Jin over the course of the 6-month time skip. And I know people are tired of this comparison, but I'm gonna say it. Let this be, if it were Hitler, let it be Vladimir Putin, let it be Stalin, let it be Donald Trump,
Alexander the Great,
Charlie Epstein, let it be insert any fucking name, people will give them shit. And I've seen people try to defend it by using historic examples of people being cool with figures like Hitler. I call BS, because Low Tier God got booed at the Gamer Awards, and that's only because he's a dick. Justin Trudeau was getting sworn by an angry mob, and that's because housing in Canada is unaffordable. With all of those real life examples, you cannot tell me that the public is just forgiving Jin for World War III.
Yeah, you better talk to him.
Easily the biggest flaw in the fucking...
Bro, you better fucking talk to him. Look, man.
The scene with Devil Jin pisses me off the most because I think that is actually my biggest piece of disappointment in the story mode.
Why was Miguel not inserted to correct all the bullshit? Like, wait a minute. Yeah, they might forgive you, but I don't.
Well, the thing is, you don't even need Miguel in the story as long as there are characters in the game who represent Jin's sins, because I actually think it would be a...
Kazuya represents his sins. Kazuya, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it would be more interesting if you have Jin go through the development of forgiving himself and then have a scene where he and Miguel confront each other. I think that could have been more interesting, but obviously it didn't happen, right?
In the first episode of the story with Tekken 8, Kazuya confronts this nigga and says, "Nigga, you ain't no better than me." And logically, Kazuya is one. Actually, Jin is worse than he is. Kazuya has never caused mass genocide. That nigga fucking Jin almost wiped the whole country off the fucking map. For Azazel? Come on now. If you think about Kazuya on a level, right? For the most part, Kazuya has kept it in the family. Yeah, he fucked over Eddie and a few others, but not on a scale like Jin. Well, he's playing a war, but
in T2 he was playing a worldwide coup d'etat, but obviously he died before that.
But I can't hold that against because he never got to do it.
Yeah, because
Jin,
he did a lot worse. Yeah,
nigga, come on now. Miguel should have been inserted into the story. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, because the thing is, you could just take inspiration off of Arkham, have a Scarecrow Fear Toxin style sequence where Jin confronts Miguel. And there you go. You wouldn't even need to have him in the actual story mode. Just have him be a scene. Let that ghost taunt Jin throughout the story.
Yes, we know Kazuya is evil, but we're saying Jin is evil too. Jin is way more evil than Kazuya after T5. That nigga went off the deep end.
That was the whole point of Jin's character in T5 and T6. He who fights with monsters should be careful lest he himself become a monster.
We all know Kazuya is evil. Kazuya admits his evil. The thing about Kazuya did what Jin was supposed to do. Kazuya understood who he was and then tried to change it. He told Jin, "You're not going to change who I am. I am this person now." He willfully accepted the devil. He accepted everything that came with it. He said, I want all the power. I want all the success. I want all this shit. Kazuya knew who he was up front. He realized there's no saving me. I don't want to be saved. Hence why Jin became essentially useless. The only problem with Jin is that we keep saying the self-acceptance. He don't want to accept who he is. And he can't look back and look at all the shit he did with a straight face and be like, I'm a good person. But they try to force feed us this shit in Tekken 8 like he's a good person. No, he's not. It's like they did with Heihachi. They tried to give Heihachi a good send-off by saying, oh yeah, man, despite all the shit he done from 1 to 7, he's a good guy. Get the fuck out of here.
It also weakens Jin's arc if every single character in the game...
Did you just say that Jin is a lesser evil? You said Jin with a straight face is a lesser... Boy, stop it. Jin is a lesser evil?
No. This is easy. No, we can solve this right now because in the Tekken 6 scenario campaign, you literally play through the entire world. The world is tearing itself apart because of Jin's war. There were literally cities on fire. No, Jin is not a lesser evil.
Kazuya's whole goal, he didn't care about everybody else. He was after who he was after, which was mainly Heihachi. Oddly enough, it just niggas was in his fucking way to get to Heihachi. Remember, Tekken 1, he didn't care about no damn Nina, he didn't care about no Julia, no Paul, no none of that. All he wanted was smoke with Heihachi. Right? Tekken 2, he took over and, the devil had to, hey, I gave you what you wanted, which the devil actually didn't because Heihachi still lived. I gave you what you supposedly wanted. Now it's my turn to take over your soul. Then he dies. That nigga died evil, as he's supposed to. He comes back, realized the job was not finished. I'm coming for your head, Heihachi. He don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. He destroyed G-Corp, which they kind of had that coming, and he took it over because why'd you fucking revive me in the fucking first place? He should never been revived. In my opinion, Kazuya should never came back.
Jin stopped Kazuya and T8. Who else stood a chance?
Who else stood a chance against Kazuya? Literally no one.
Yeah.
Well, Claudio, because that's his whole job. that's his whole job. You know, Safina that literally has the powers of Azazel.
I say he is a lesser evil because despite his horrid actions, he was doing it for reason. Jin's whole goal in Tekken 6 was to commit suicide. That's why he started the war. He didn't care about how many lives he had to sacrifice. That's why Jin started the war. Azazel was a being that represented the devil gene and everything Jin hated about himself.
Bruh. I like Jin. Don't get me wrong. All the shit I'm saying about Jin, but I like Jin. He's a cool character, blah, 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 blah. But the shit they're doing to him, it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not finna sit here and cap for this character. It's just like...
boring now.
It's just like Kazuya. My favorite character has been turned to a fucking Goofy. Think about Kazuya starting a whole fucking colossal tournament where if you lose, your shit gets obliterated. That don't sound like Kazuya at all. And you can't say it's the devil because he has complete control over it now. Which he should never have complete control over it because of fucking Jin, but you know.
It makes sense considering that Heihachi's ideology of absolute strength and wanting to create a new world where power is the only truth. Yeah, that does make sense. It is a logical place for Kazuya's character to go in.
But not that extreme.
We never get to see him destroy anything.
If you gonna make... Go ahead.
Every single fight in the game.
If Kazuya's one of the strongest... It's actually technically the strongest thing in the game. One, why is he fucking losing? And if you're gonna make somebody evil and try to make somebody scared of a character, then make him do shit that's fucking scary. Ogre did shit that's scary because for like 20 years, we always thought that was fucking Jun's head that he was holding. That shit was terrifying. Here's the thing, Kazuya was more terrifying in T2 than he was in any other fucking game. The nigga literally had a fucking satanic ritual in his fucking stage.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't... Please stick to art. Go ahead.
Wasn't he trying to... I'm reading the chat. Wasn't he trying to stop him from being risen from the temple? Yes, he wanted to revive Azazel. And he wanted to stop him from being risen, but his ultimate goal was to commit suicide. He literally said that to Lars. He doesn't think that the world was worth saving.
He said the people at the top is just as worthless as the people, as the servants, essentially. But my thing is, though, when it comes to Jin, and even with Lars, they turned Lars into a fucking cuck. I never liked Lars, but what they did to Lars was absolutely shameful. Shameful.
I mean, if to use the term that Gen Zers use, it's just the Hall of Fame of Jin glazing. And now every character is boring.
Bro, my thing is, man, they actually Dragon Ball Z the characters, but when it comes to Lee, you talking about a Lee, the same Lee that was secretly plotting on Heihachi the entire time, that was training partners with Kazuya and trying to beat the shit out of Kazuya, that always hated him. To the guy that made his own corporation and said, fuck the Mishimas, I'm gonna do it my own way. To literally leaving everybody the fuck alone and doing his own thing, and now you talking about he's coming back? Then you got Lars, a dude that had one of the biggest edgelord stories in T6. You know, he got his whole fucking brigade just fucking obliterated, and that's supposed to be fine. And then he sees Jin, and it was supposed to be on site, and now all of a sudden they are best buds.
He did say in T7, I want to kill Jin, but we need him to fucking win the war.
But T8, there was no killing of the Jin.
In T8, there was no discussion of what Jin did. Remember, Lars knows the truth of Jin's plan from Tekken 6, yet they never had a discussion about that.
It seemed like the only person who kept their grudge was fucking... Here's the thing, your own father don't even look at you as a threat, which is crazy.
The only characters who called out Jin were Kazuya and Devil Jin. But the thing is, anything Devil Jin said to Jin was just what Jin felt about himself. And during that whole interaction, Jin had the most cookie-cutter responses. And Devil Jin is just now completely boring because now he's just a generic inner demon. because they didn't do anything interesting with him, which is a
Hold on, one second. Bushin, thank you for being a member for 20 months. Bushin, thank you for the $1. Scoop, thank you for the $4 donations. He said, bruh, Tekken 8 made me not want to pick up Tekken ever. I think I'm good, but real talk, I'm ready for that Mario Party fade. By the way, good content. Thank you. Bro, bro, I'm waiting on y'all. And that's facts. Tekken 8, don't do it. We gonna go on the story forever, so we gotta wrap it up with the story, and then we gotta head to something else, man.
No, for real. I mean, because there's too many problems to even talk about. We would have to do a whole stream if we were to talk about the entire story, right?
So, go ahead.
Side characters wasted. Kazuya non-threatening villain. Jin's arc rushed. Ending generic. Devil Jin wasted.
Let me go ahead and wrap it up by saying this, man. For all my old heads, Tekken, as far as a story, died with T4. Harada stopped caring. And again, the community gave him a reason not to care. Will it ever come back to being a decent story? Probably not. Especially with the way that society's going and politics and all this other shit. But speaking on community, let's go there, because this is what I really want to get into, because you niggas are the main reason. At first, I used to always say it was the devs that didn't care. But I can't get on the devs because here's the thing. The community, which is you niggas, including myself, I'm pointing at myself too, you niggas are not giving them a reason to care. Matter of fact, y'all do more harm than good. You niggas do more harm than good when it comes down to Tekken and its growth and all this other stuff, FGC and story included. Y'all are the reason why the game dies, because y'all don't hold it to a standard. And let me say this first, because when it comes down to Tekken 8, I literally ask people, why are you buying Tekken 8? Because it's Tekken. I literally had, and Foxy, I'm saying your fucking name and I don't care how you feel about it. You literally said you're gonna buy a game knowing that it's gonna be a shit product because it's Tekken.
That's an S.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of crack, meth, heroin they put in that fucking game. So what psychedelics did they put in your mind to make it where you just have to buy the game no matter how shitty the product is? I don't understand it. But when it comes to community, I'm going to dive deeper than that. That's surface level shit. The game will never grow. The game will never grow because of you fucking niggas and y'all attitude towards everyone. Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, no matter what social media platform y'all go to, y'all discourage anyone from wanting to pick up this game. And y'all say it's lighthearted trash talking. No, it's not. Y'all have y'all whole life vested into this game, and I believe in my heart of hearts that most of y'all lives absolutely fucking suck, because if it didn't, there would be no reason for half the shit y'all do and say to actually be happening. Go ahead, Soul Edge.
Look, I tend to stay away from the community stuff, but based on what I've seen, oh boy, you cannot have a disagreement with anyone on this game.
You can clip it, Bushin.
If you think about this game one way and somebody else thinks about it the other way, they will give you shit for it. Like people defending microtransactions.
Microtransactions should have never happened. Here's the thing: if you make a good product, you would never have to need. You wouldn't need microtransactions. And here's the thing: I'm not totally against microtransactions. I see the nuance in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Microtransactions I'm okay with, as long as they're giving the customer and the player base the shit that they actually deserve. It should be worth the money you're paying for. The shit that's in there is not worth the fucking money. And with Tekken 8, I look at some of the skins that they give you with these microtransactions. I'm like, they look better in their original game. Jin's fucking T4 costume looks better in the original game, and that came out in 2001, I want to say. Yeah, Tekken 4 came out in 2001. Yeah, it came out in 2001, so that's 23 years ago. It looks better in 2001 than it does in 2024. But yet, you sick bastards that love this shit will sit there and say it's a good game. No fucking way. And this is okay. Go ahead, Soul Edge.
Well, it's not even just Jin's T4 outfit. There's a lot more, because we've heard rumors that apparently most of this game's budget went to the story. So as a result, they needed to do more microtransactions. And the stuff that they offer within the Tekken shop that they didn't tell anyone about until after all the positive reviews is just reskin stuff from T7.
Not only reskins, it looks better in its original game. How does the
customization is still incredibly limited?
How does it get? Go ahead.
I was looking at Tag 2 customizations yesterday. You can make custom symbols in that game.
Yeah, it's called decals. It's called decals. You can make decals in Tekken 6 and Tag 2. I'm trying to figure out how does reskins that came from the last generation get progressively worse, and people are still buying this and saying it's okay. Not only do we have microtransactions, we also have battle passes in fucking fighting games, and they copied that from Street Fighter 6 because Street Fighter 6 has battle passes. But at least with Street Fighter 6, the shit that you get is actually looks cool. The only thing I'm against is that fucking Ninja Turtle shit. That costs way too fucking much. I'm not doing that. That's a whole nother game.
Isn't it like $10 a pop for
Yeah.
That's it.
No way. But Street Fighter 5 did it. Street Fighter 5 did it the right way though. You can either grind and get it, or you can just go ahead and pay for it. If you know you're gonna be a Street Fighter hit and you're gonna play the game like religiously, just go ahead and just grind it out. But with
do that amount of fight money you have.
The currency is essentially useless. But the community is over here glazing this shit, calling it cool. Same thing with the community and gameplay. We will sit here and lie and say this game is fun when it's absolutely not. People will die on this hill about, and I'm going to say the one thing that you motherfuckers are scared to hear, but somebody has to fucking say it. Hold on, let me get so close to this fucking camera real quick. Most of you niggas will not ever make money playing Tekken. It will not happen. I have to say it. I'm tired of these lame ass Twitch channels with no fucking content, no fucking effort. I'm tired of niggas just hitting the stream and record button. Most of you fucking niggas, you can call me negative if you want to. You will not make money off this shit. Go get a 9 to 5. Please. For fuck's sakes. Here's why I say the community is a fucking scam, and the FGC is scamming you and is telling you a false hope that you will never fucking get. So let me get this one real quick. I gotta talk to these niggas. I gotta talk to them. I gotta put some sense in their fucking head. Let's put it like this. You got a nigga named Red Ranger Power Up, the god of all laws, right? This nigga has 1,300 subscribers, right? He streams for 12 hours a fucking day, right? He makes $110 every other month. How in 2024, where houses are $350,000 a pop, and that's a low-end house, are you going to sustain yourself off of $110 every other month? Now, here's the kicker. I have no problem with the people that want to create content for fun, because that's what it should be, right? This is a luxury, not a necessity, correct? We could do this just for fun, right? But half of you niggas have the main man aspirations with no main man sweet fucking content, and you want people to subscribe to your YouTube channel, and when I go there, it's fucking goddamn dust bunnies and shit going around. It's fucking garbage. Somebody has to be truthful with you niggas. Y'all niggas spend more time with Tekken than actually getting bitches. Y'all let everybody in and destroy y'all community with this LGBTQIA crap. Y'all have false expectations and dreams that you're gonna be for these fucking great content creators, but most of you won't. It's just being real. I know you're like, well, Billy, you should be positive. You probably won't. A lot of you people are fucking dickheads. Let's just keep it for what it is. A lot of you people are unpleasant to fucking be around in my fucking line. A lot of you people have some of the most narcissistic personalities I've ever seen in my fucking life online. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Solis, can I talk to him? Solis, can I talk to him? Please, let me talk to him. Let me talk to him real quick. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him real quick, bro. Let me talk to him. Let me talk, bro. Let me say something. Most of you, hold on, let me get in y'all face. Most of you fucking niggas talk all this crap online, and when it comes face to face, y'all are good little church boys and bitches like you supposed to be. Why can't you have the same nice mentality offline or online than you do offline? If you don't talk shit offline or in tournaments, do not do that shit on Twitter. If you're a bitch in real life, be a bitch on the game. Be who you are. Stop being fake. That is the community in its entirety. A whole bunch of fake niggas doing a whole bunch of fake shit, and niggas be coping, talking about, I'm gonna be the next Twitch streamer, but that's the excuse for you not to get a fucking job. Now let's talk about it. Go ahead, Soul Edge.
Well, clearly I cannot match your energy. You kind of hitting the nail on the mark there. Jesus. I mean, yeah, you basically covered it all. Egos, people being disrespectful, yeah.
But it's the real shit, though. It's just the fucking truth, bro. Look, man, I hop on the game, bro. Look, man, I work a 9 to 5 like the rest of y'all, man. I am not above anybody. Just because I get paid doing this shit, and it's nothing major. I make a little change here and there. It's nothing to like, oh my God, chill out here balling. Man, I'm not balling at all. Look, man, I work a 9 to 5. This shit is for fun, dude. This shit is for fun. I don't have an ego about it, bro. I don't be going out here calling niggas hot garbage. I talk my shit every once in a while, but I don't be going out here calling niggas hot garbage, disrespectful, talking about all sexual assault allegations and all this other shit. I don't get into that, right? I just try to play the game and have a good time and talk some shit. Just try to talk some shit a little bit, but try to keep it respectful. Most people that play this shit, they take it way too far. They take it off the game, right? And as I said before, I'm trying to calm down. As I said before, a lot of people talk a whole bunch of shit off the game, and when it comes out in real life and in person, none of that shit ever happens. Everybody's humbled and sweet and all this other shit. And a lot of these so-called Twitter warriors, so that you've seen me deal with this time and time again. Mm-hmm. They love to do this thing where they will mob on you. I've got mobbed on several times. Even recently, I really got mobbed on by some gay dudes on Mother's Day of all days about a comments of fucking Jen dancing and prancing like fucking Zhao Yu or Lucky Chloe and calling that shit gay because it's gay. They do this stuff and they wonder, well, why don't we have anybody at our tournaments? Why don't anybody want to play any Tekken? Why is this like this? You care to explain, Soul Edge? Like I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something because I looked at it like this. If you treat people like shit, you cannot get mad at them when they don't want to participate or be around you. Maybe I'm missing something, but that's what I thought. Maybe I'm bugging or some shit. You know, I'm getting old. I'm 30 years old. I'm an old fart now. So, you know, back in my day, you know. But go ahead, man.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much just treat people with respect. I mean, obviously, I've talked my whole bunch of shit. I've sent hate mail, this, that, and the third. But I've chilled out with a lot of that shit in the recent years. You know, I can't speak to the LGBT thing. Obviously, it's been pushed really heavy, and not just Tekken, but like in everything. Mm-hmm. It's a big thing, right? And I've seen your Twitter.
Bro,
you every day.
So, bro, subscribe to my Twitter if you want to see some funny shit.
But yes, you've said it multiple times over. The big reason why the game doesn't grow is because of the community that surrounds the game.
Yeah,
this is common sense.
It's. Oh, hold on one second. Yeah, we could play it on the Switch. We can play a Reaper. It's an attack on both sides, and people are not paying attention. It's an attack on the devs by making a bad product. It's an attack on the community by making it unwelcome where people don't want to play. And here's the thing. You know what? Since I'm going there and, you know, I'm being a fucking nigga today, let's go ahead and call out some names of why this community won't grow. Let me go ahead and get the camera for you. Let's start off with Red Ranger power up. That's number one. What's another one? What Snake Fang, the one that constantly bitches. All of you Twitter nerds out there. King J, the one of the guys that openly cucks for the game 24/7. You know, that's another reason why I won't possibly ever grow. He's not toxic, by the way. He's okay. It's just that, you know, he just does shit and he just jerks off the fucking game.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of has to, because obviously they have that relationship between, you know, Namco and the
Six Rackin,
content creator, right?
Six Rackin, another guy, the reason why the game will never ever flourish, ever at all. If you know any Hurl Gang, another one. What's that dude that doesn't believe in sets? Draken, yeah, another guy of the reason why the game will never grow, and because we don't promote actual competition, we promote being bitches. You know, we don't want to actually fight competition. We want to sit there and run like little bitches. Who else? I know we know people. Come on, I know. Bushnell, another person, you know, keep openly running away from sets. Go Army, another person or another reason. D Jones. So we're now we talking. We're getting there. What names, please? DSP. You said who now?
Kazuma 13.
Kazuma 13, another one. The reason why the game won't grow. Captain Umahara, trash. Who else? Because here's the reason why I'm saying these names. Because these are the people who play this game every day, so they're going to interact with the most people. You understand me?
Was that the nigga who was beefing with Zila? What that nigga name? Fucking
Kumu Noraku Shinu.
Oh no.
So there are so many people, and that's just scratching the surface. I can't even think of these people. I promise I'll get on that game. I'll run into them. I can't think of them right now, but there's so many players that have this ideology that absolutely makes the game insufferable to play, you know. And I look at it like this, right? I look at it like this. High level players, I don't believe in skill-based matchmaking, right? Let's say you go to rank match, right? Skill-based matchmaking has an idea where it says that a person like me that is decent at the game, I'm only gonna fight fucking sweats, right? While somebody else that has the exact same rank as me, they're only gonna fight worse players because of, you know, stats and all this other bullshit, right? You want to know why that's not fair? Because you're making it, the ranks are not the same. My rank and the person that has the same rank as me is not the same because we didn't have to fight the same people. I have to go through fucking arms and legs to go get to what I get, and then the other person has to fight fucking scrubs. Now, the problem with that is, in older games, you get weeded out. So, you'll get to a certain rank, and then there'll be a ceiling, because most of the people that are up there, they deserve to be up there, and the people who don't deserve to be up there are not up there, and this is where the devs are killing the game, which is part of the community. So, in order to make everybody else feel better, what we're going to do is, we're going to essentially add this little shadow skill-based matchmaking thing where since you're a good player and you have 90 overall in all your stats and you have a high Tekken prowess, you're going to only fight other people with high Tekken prowess and high stats on everything else. And the other people that are hard stuck, they're only going to, with low winners percentages, they're going to fight other people with low winners percentages, and then you never notice a difference. I see what they're doing. That's a way to try to keep people engaged into the game, but you never learn anything because you have the easy way. I don't think that's fucking fair. I don't believe in scrub hunting because a lot of people that I do see. Go ahead.
And so it also doesn't help that they made ranking up easier.
Oh, it never helps. But I don't believe in scrub hunting either because there's a lot of you niggas. A lot of you niggas only want to fight people that suck at the game because it feeds your ego, because you know deep down, let me look into your eyes, motherfucker. You know deep fucking down that you suck at the game, and anybody who challenges your fragile ego makes you feel like fucking shit. That's the reason I don't like you niggas, and you ruin the game for people who are trying to learn, and you know they're trying to learn, but you want to ruin it for them because of your fucking precious ego. And you don't teach them shit, you just keep whooping on them, and the moment that any competition comes your way, guess what your ass do? You hightail it to the next fucking scrub lobby. You fucking bitch. I'm gonna say it. I hope they clip it. You're a fucking bitch. Go actually fight somebody that know what they're doing, and stop fucking cherry picking these fucking scrub. Red Ranger power up. Please stop cherry picking these scrubs. All you other niggas, stop cherry picking these fucking scrubs and actually fight somebody that knows what they're doing. Fight somebody at your skill level.
Yep.
God damn it, boy, I hate this fucking community. These niggas are fucking trash. Damn. Like, I know I just bitched about like having to constantly fight splits over and over again. I don't mind it, but it does become tedious and annoying. But the only reason why I hate it is because nobody else is fighting the same shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any other thing you got to say about the community? Go light, bro. I'm sweating.
I've been staying away, so I can't speak too much on it. All I've really seen is people just defending the game for like the microtransactions and calling people broke for not wanting to buy certain DLCs, or saying that you're not entitled to rematches and stuff like that.
Alright, I feel you. Well, you already know I gotta talk about Harada.
Oh.
You already know Harada's next. Harada? Hey. Can you hear me? Harada, can you hear me? If you ever see this, I want you to watch the whole thing. Come get this work. All right, go ahead, Soul Edge. Let's go.
Whoa. I mean, what do you want me to say on this guy I haven't said, bro? The nigga bitches a lot on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Has blocked people.
Okay.
For over fucking nothing. He still has fucking Zila. Him and Murray blocked Zila and Falcon.
Imagine you fucking blocking the teenager and doing your feelings.
Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, RIP to the fucking series.
Well, let me go ahead and get on Harada's ass. Let me go ahead and...
You gotta know, before you start.
Go ahead.
How does it feel to live long enough to see all your favorite franchises go down in flames?
I wake up and ask God why. I ask God, what's the lesson? What am I not seeing, God? Please, let me know. What's the lesson? What it was? I guess the lesson for me is that all good things must come to an end, right? All good things must come to an end. But with that being said, Harada, let me go ahead and get on your neck real quick. You fat, chunky, fucking Johnny Bravo 1950 hairdo wearing motherfucker. Let me talk to you real quick. You are the most disrespectful motherfucker I've ever seen. There's no way in hell I would allow somebody that I supported for years, right? Hear me out, Soul Edge. I supported for years. I supported for years. You know, make a shirt that said, "Don't ask me for shit." You know. So remember what I said, right? Supported for fucking years.
Yep.
Don't ask me for shit. And this is why I call every fucking Tekken player that takes this shit seriously a cuck. Because all y'all niggas were kikiing and saying that was perfectly okay for the director of Tekken to say, you know what? I hear you niggas, but I already have your money. Don't ask me for shit. And not only did he say not ask me for shit, in Tekken 7, he said, you know what? Every other game has frame data for free. Every other game has frame data for free. Make your ass pay for it. Make your ass pay for it. Every other game has more features. I ain't at a shit. I'm gonna hit y'all with 4 season passes. Tekken 7. Hit y'all with 4 season passes. Don't ask me for shit. And each time he jizzes in your throat, you swallow with tears in your eyes and ask for more nut. You fucking Tekken cum guzzling Anthony, words. Harada. You are the most volatile thing that has happened to the Tekken franchise. And this is why I'm saying this. I'm being serious now. No theatrics. Yep. Why do I see you in a Twitter chat or Twitter circle where they're openly talking about false sexual assault allegations? Harada, why are you in there? When you have a product to make and fans to maintain and an audience to please, why are you in a chat that is talking about sexual allegations from a Twitter thought and Shadow 20Z? Why is that happening? Can anybody ask me, for all you cum guzzling motherfuckers, you know, that just shove the dick so deep down your throat you feel it in your asshole, can you just tell me why would a person of such a high stature in the community would even entertain the thought of being in a Twitter circle that is full of baboon watching ass niggas simping over one chick that is a Twitter thought named Angel 20Z? Can you tell me why that is happening? Can you please tell me, because I am not understanding why is that the case. Instead of improving the product and taking constructive criticism, why do you feel as a key figure in Tekken 8 and in Tekken in general to block everybody who gives you constructive criticism and only reward people that openly takes a deep mouthful? Can any one of you in this chat answer that question? All right, I'm willing to debate or you just hear you out. Why is it that Harada can openly charge you for things that was already in Tekken 7? And Tekken 7, as Soul Edge already knows, is a lackluster product. Why is he able to charge you for more for less? Remember, Tekken 7 costed $60. Tekken 8 costed $70 to $110. And for the people who bought it for $110, you're a sucker. Why are you buying Tekken coins to buy outfits that look worse in their original game? There's nothing that happened with that case. But my thing is, what I'm concerned is, why is Harada entertaining this in the first place? There is no reason why Harada should be there in the first place. So Lesh, do you think that Harada should be there, considering that he has a massive game to be working on and he holds a massive position in the Tekken project?
Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. My throat. Any other dev, I mean, we've never heard a case of like any other dev being in like a fucking Twitter space over fucking allegations within their community. Like, we've never heard about that shit until this.
You know, why did you hire Michael Murray? Or whoever hired Michael Murray, why is he hired? Harada, can we also talk about why are you always stealing things from other franchises and implement them into your game and doing it poorly? Soul Edge, go ahead. Speak on that, because there's so many things he's stolen from several other games and done it horrendously.
I mean, like you made the case with Street Fighter, obviously with the whole heat mechanic and fucking guest fighters and their shit. Obviously, I mean, well, Tekken had a guest fighter like one time with like Gong and T3, but obviously like NRS did guest fighters, so they did guest fighters.
But T3 Gong is a part of Namco, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and then Soul Calibur did guest fighters, but still, Harada's not even involved with Soul Calibur.
What I don't understand, right? And I've complained about this since Tekken 7, right? I want to make sure y'all hear me. You know, I kind of want to look in your eyes when I say this. I'm so dead ass serious. Why is it that everybody say that Tekken 7 did good on its own merit, which is an absolute lie? How can Tekken 7 do well on its own merit when it's borrowing some of the most iconic characters from its competition? Akuma was base roster of Tekken 7. Akuma is probably one of the most iconic fighting game characters in FGC history. He's appeared in multiple fighting games and multiple collaborations, and he bodies everybody he comes across. He's like literally one of the icons of fighting games, right? You take Geese Howard in season 1, one of the most iconic characters in the KOF series, aside from people like Terry Bogard, Joe Higashi, Andy Bogard, so forth and so forth, right? Rio, whoever. All right, take one of the most iconic characters from KOF, and you put them into your game, and you would have the audacity to flaunt numbers like Tekken 7 sold 10 million copies. All right. Not to mention that Tekken 7 had the best promotion out of all the Tekkens in history. No other game had the marketing that Tekken 7 had. None, not even close. And here's the thing, Soul Edge, are you still here? What was the biggest marketing gimmick in the trailer for Tekken 7 when it was first about to come out? What was the biggest gimmick?
The story.
Not the story, Akuma. Now, how can we honestly say that Tekken 7 was so great based off its own merit? See, is that you're talking about gameplay, but how can we say that Tekken 7 was so great based off its own merit when it had to use one of the most iconic characters from Street Fighter to be within the first couple of seconds of the trailer of the game that you're going to announce?
Like MK9 had Kratos on the base roster, but all the marketing wasn't revolved around Kratos. Nor was he in the story.
That doesn't make sense. So what you mean to tell me is Akuma is in the story mode of Tekken 7. He was showed off in the reveal trailer for Tekken 7. And on top of that, he's base roster. So out of all the Street Fighter games, I have never seen a Tekken character as a base roster character or a Tekken character in a Street Fighter game, period, outside of collaborations. Right, like Street Fighter Cross Tech and so forth and so forth. But in their mainline games, I have never seen Street Fighter ever use a Tekken character to promote their game. But Tekken did, and we want to say that Tekken 7 is one of the greatest fighting games of all time based off of its own merit. How is it based off its own merit when you have to implement not only the characters, but implement their mechanics into a game that has nothing to do with their original game? Please help me understand, chat. So, can you help me understand? Because I'm not getting it. I'm a little lost in the sauce.
Math ain't mathing, bro.
Harada, can you help me understand? Because I know if the right people see this, it's clipped.
Yeah.
If the right people see this, this is clipped. But going back to the community, another problem I have with the community is, right, so Legend, you're going to love this one, and I know you have a lot to say about this one. Why does the community never uplift the good shit? There are streamers right now that are probably streaming right now that are great players. They stay out the bullshit. They don't bother nobody. They focus on the game. They talk about the game. Get nothing. But it seems there's a trend where if you show your absolute ass, you get everything. You get all the acknowledgement, all the praise, subscribers, so forth and so forth. But how long can you do that before you burn out? But what's your thoughts, Soul Edge? Go ahead.
Well, you were cutting out, so can you summarize your statement?
Essentially, why does the community glorify the dumb shit, but the people who are hardworking and honest, they don't get anything?
Well, of course, negativity will always be fucking popular. And right, misery likes company. So there you go. People can sell you the idea of all you have to do is make great content for your channel to pop off, but that's not the case.
Your channel is a prime example of that.
Draw people in with fucking drop.
No, your videos are a prime example of that. That video deserves thousands of views, and I mean thousands. The reason why, because it's an open-ended video that is left for discussion. And it's well presented. You're not fumbling over your words. You know exactly your talking points. You got straight to the point. The visuals were straight to the point. It gets nothing. But if I say Akumu no Rakushinu is a fat sorry sack of shit that only uses trend and abuses women, people will tune in. If I say Red Ranger Power Up is a fat sack of shit that is a loser and a deadbeat dad that sucks on his daughter's juice boxes with a whopper in his mouth and a cigarette in the other hand, people will tune in for that. But if you make a hard-working video that took a lot of time, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Someone said that the battle pass isn't an issue for them. They said it's because it's optional. It's understandable because they're planning to support the game for 10 years.
They plan on supporting the game for 10 years. I don't care if it's optional or not. It's still a bad idea. And on top of that, my biggest reason why what?
I said if the content within the battle pass was worthwhile, I don't think people would have an issue with it. I think that's the main point of contention for a lot of people. The battle pass is that the content within the battle pass isn't good. I think people would be fine with supporting extra content if the content's worthwhile.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the battle pass, that's why I said there's nuance to it. The problem I have with the battle pass is the things that are in it is not worth the money. And you can say, well, don't buy it. And going back to the community in Harada, where people love this statement, and you're gonna love this one, Soul Edge. If you don't like the game, then don't play it. Well, let me get back to this. Let me get it in front of y'all face. Guess what happens if no one plays the games, dumbass? It dies. Fucking dumbass. I hope you want. So let me say this one more time. If nobody plays the game, it dies. You know that, right? So tell the people, if you don't like it, then don't play it. It sounds pretty fucking stupid, doesn't it? How about we hold the devs to a higher standard to make a good game?
You know, again, that's common sense, and common sense isn't common.
Because I'm tired of people saying, well, you don't have to buy the battle pass, it's optional. You think I'm stupid? You think I don't realize that it's optional? It's the fact that the contents that are in there are preventing me from actually wanting to spend money on it because it's just absolute garbage. Criticisms improve the game, just like criticism in anything improves. But people don't understand that concept. Like, I think I need one of those fucking nerds in here. But I feel like it's going to be a moot point because I feel like I'm saying feel for a reason. It's subjective thinking. Mm-hmm. I really think that a lot of the players suffer from like terminal brain rot. Chronically online or terminally online, however you want to say it. I really feel like a lot of the people that support this game long term and have no criticism of it whatsoever, they absolutely suffer brain rot. There's just no way you can look at this half of a product and say that this is great work and we need more of this. There's just no way. How can you do that when some of the top players, even though they say the game is good, they are literally having fucking headaches and migraines midstream because the game is just that bad and they're stressed out? Niggas' blood pressure is rising playing Tekken 8. That's not a good thing. But hey, what the fuck do I know? Right? We're just here.
Yeah, bro, you're a fucking misogynist. You hate women, you sick son of a bitch.
You know, maybe I might get hit with the man. You just go work out, bro. Just go work out, bro. You know, you're a gym bro. You don't know nothing about video games. I'm like, but you know, the craziest thing is a lot of people's argument about it is the fact that, well, if you have criticism of the game, that means you must suck at it. If you complain about the gameplay, that means you must suck and you're washed up. That has.
I'm checking this dude in the chat. The execution of the content is terrible. That I said that's what I think the main point of contention is. That the content within the battle pass is lackluster. I think that's why people are complaining. A fucking ball is DLC.
The costumes look worse. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it until it gets through y'all fucking head. The costumes in the original games where they got them from look better than they do in a updated version with Unreal Engine 5. in 2024. How is that even possible? Please explain to me how that's possible. That would be like me saying I've been working out for 2 years and got weaker. It goes to show you what I've been saying. We have all the technology and still don't know how to fucking use it. People did better with less.
If the content was fine, we wouldn't even be talking about the battle pass. Then it's just a matter of preference.
If the battle pass was great, most people would be arguing price point. Nobody's arguing the price point. People are arguing that the content in that shit fucking sucks. That's what people are saying.
And plus, battle passes for games, like, let's be real for a second. A battle pass in Fortnite works because Fortnite is a free-to-play game. That's live service. Tekken costs $70.
So $70, but
you get fucking dick cheese for costumes, and the customization sucks.
Not to mention you have to pay Tekken coins, buy the pass, and buy characters too. Well, fuck. Sounds pretty expensive to me. Exactly. Jin's T4 outfit looks like plastic, but if you go back to Tekken 4 and look at the render, it looks better in 2001, like I said earlier, than it does in 2024, which is a fucking shame. Bro, look, man. This is why I say that I hope. You know what, Soul Edge? We gonna say. I'm gonna say it right here. I'm gonna say it for all these niggas. I hope Tekken dies. As much as I love it, I hope it dies. I hope it goes away. I hope it. It's like LeBron James' career. It went on too long.
Yep.
All good, like I said earlier, jokingly, but I'm serious. All good things must come to an end.
Nail in the coffin. Yeah.
And Tekken 8 might be where it needs to come to an end. It had a good run. From Tekken 1 to T5, no, Tag 2, had a good run. R.I.P. Tekken. Had a good run. Virtual Fighter is making a comeback one day, bro. We've been thinking about that comeback for 20 years now. Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah, that shit could never happen, bro.
Tekken have lived long enough to become the villain. T8 is the best Tekken. You are smoking dick. No, I'm not even trying to be mean when I say this, but you breathe, please. Like take it out your mouth and like get some air first, and then come talk to me. You know. Like get the balls out your nose and like actually smell some fresh clean air, and some pine cones and wood chips and shit. You know, get some air, come back, and then talk to me about how good this game is. Tekken 8 is better than Tekken 7. It's not. It's not. What are you smoking?
I mean, the game just came out, so it's too soon to say if the game even is gonna end up being better than 7.
I thought so too till I played it for more than a couple of hours. I'm like, this game is absolutely horrible. I've been playing. I hate when people say this. You've been playing Tekken for 10 years. Okay, let's play the numbers game. I was born in 1994. I started playing Tekken at T3. T3 came out. I started playing T3 around 2000. So I've been playing Tekken for 2000. I've been playing Tekken for 24 years. I've been playing Tekken for 24 years if you want to do the numbers game. So the fuck, what's that mean? What? Hold on. What does your numbers mean when it comes out to the game being good or not? What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? I'm sure you played T3 as well, but what does how long you played Tekken have to do with the game being good or not? What merit does that have to do with the game whatsoever?
He did play Tag 2. He did. Just go on.
Tag 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. What are you talking about? I feel like you haven't played Tag 2. You didn't have to feel. You could have just asked, hey, Chill Scrub, have you played Tag 2? Yes, I have. I love that game. It's actually hard and difficult. Wait a minute. You was watching when I was talking about this niggas. People are fucking stupid. They don't listen when you talk. They just. Here's the thing with people, right? And here's why people call me a narcissist or introverted or whatever fuck you want to call me, or a psychopath or sociopath, whatever. You can talk to your blue in the face. If somebody already has something they want to say in their head, they are no longer thinking about what you're saying. They're not listening. They're not intently listening on what you're saying. They want to get their point across. If you was watching earlier, which I know you were because I was looking at your name, you would have heard me clearly say that I was playing Tag 2. Tag 2 is clearly, I've said it all the time, it's my favorite competitive Tekken of all time. It was broken as shit, I'm not gonna act like it wasn't, but it's my favorite Tekken by far. I don't like T6. Tag 5 is probably the best competitive Tekken of all time, in fairness. And T4 was fucking busted. Uppercut deals 50 damage. What uppercut does 50 damage? You mean the combos do half-life? Yes, they do. It's a tag game with 2 characters. The fuck? See, it was broken as shit, but you're because Tekken 8 is worse than that. Hold on. Everybody move out the way. Soul Edge. Tag me in, bro.
That's why I didn't say anything, because I knew like, nah, he's got it.
In Tekken 8, you can do 60% combos and there's no other character. In Tag 2, you can do 60% damage and get another character, and you can interrupt the combo by tag crashing. Now, there's a problem with that. If you tag crash at the wrong time and they bait you, you end up getting even another 50%. But that's the risk you just gonna have to take because there's a risk reward thing. In Tekken 8, it's all reward with no fucking risk. As long as you're pressing buttons, you end up winning. You don't play Tekken, I can tell. You're talking, and I hate to use this point because I hate when people do this, but you're talking like a person that never made it out of green ranks in Tag 2. You're talking like a person that was hard suck purple in Tekken 7. You're talking like a newfound blue rank in Tekken 8. That's what you're talking like. Like that's what it seems as though like your logic is coming from. And I hate when people do this because they like, well, because I'm succeeding in this Tekken, this is the best Tekken. I hit True Tekken God twice on Tekken 7. It's not the best Tekken. The game sucks. Is it better than Tekken 8? As of playing Tekken 8 and playing the entirety of Tekken 7, I have to say Tekken 7 is far better. I'll take Tekken 7 any day. And I hate it. And you know, Soul Edge, how much I hated that fucking game. I fucking hate that game. Man. And I thought I would never hate. And remember, we all made the joke that, remember how much I used to say I used to hate Tag 2? And you said I would do the same thing with Tekken 7. I'll take it outside, you know, with a fucking hammer.
That fucking Joker gif.
But no, Tekken 8 is actually bad, and I'm not even saying that out of hate. The game is just actually bad. It's bad. It's not good.
He wants to like it, but best believe.
John, yes, you sound like a person who was stuck in green ranks in fucking Tag 2, stuck in fucking purple ranks in Tekken 7, and hard stuck blue rank now because the game holds your hand and does everything for you. You said, I remember grinding Tekken at the Tekken house all the time. Tekken used to be rewarding if you work hard. The heat mechanic is a replica V trigger. He gets it. Breezy Wulong, you get it. Check the channel. Check your channel. Hold on, should I check his channel, Chad? Should we check his channel?
Go for it.
You know, I wish I could just click his name and check his channel, but it doesn't work like that. I'm just gonna, do this real quick. We're gonna check your channel. Well, go ahead, Solar. Check over from while I'm doing this thing real quick. I'm checking this guy's channel.
He's at yellow rank. The Ear John guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a yellow rank. For me, at least. Yeah, his channel, he's a yellow rank. That's it.
You're a yellow rank?
I guess the point, because of the point you made that he never got out of green ranks. And there you go.
You're a yellow rank? I could be suffering from stage 4 cancer and you still wouldn't be able to beat me. You haven't got good enough at the game to actually really understand what. That's why what I'm saying bothers you, because everything I'm saying is over your head. It's okay. So let's check the point.
I'm in Asia server 2, the strongest server ever.
What does that have to do with you being a yellow rank?
What's your region?
Wait, hold on. Did he just shit on all American players? And Europe players?
He just said he said it's the strongest server. That's it.
So you're one of those. Oh wait. Oh, please don't tell me he's one of those Korean cock munchers. Please don't tell me he's one of those. Please, God, send me a sign that he's not a Korean cock muncher. Please tell me his favorite player isn't me. Please tell me this nigga favorite player isn't fucking me. Please, please, please,
oh, wait,
God.
He made it. He's in Kishin.
The fuck is it? What is that to me? I got like 4 or 5 Buchins. What the fuck is that? With the Tekken King. What is that? What the fuck is that?
I mean, he got Kazuya there too, so. Didn't you get Kazuya the Emperor or some shit? Or said Tekken King?
No, my Kazuya is a Kenshin. Kazuya is my main. I got a Kenshin Kazuya. I have a Bushin Harong. I have a Bushin King. I have a Bushin Paul. I have a Tekken King Law. Bro, what the fuck is a Kenshin to me? Hold on. For the guy that just said, why bro think he need while playing this fucking Asian surf? That's what, bro. I don't get it either, bro. I don't get it either. You act like there's not trash in fucking Asia. Like, can you please take their cock out your mouth? Like, get some of that Oriental sauce out your mouth, my man. Please. No, seriously. Say what now?
And I said, nigga, you trying to get canceled.
I'm just saying, bro, don't get me wrong. Asian players are the best player, but it's a bell curve to everything. Just because they're Asian doesn't mean they're going to automatically be good. I don't fault Asian players too that are absolute trash, and I fought some that whooped my ass. It goes either way. So what? Mm-hmm. It's just like American players. There's a lot of top level American players that beat the crap out of me. It's happened several times. What are we saying here? See, this is what I'm saying. It boils down to this dick measuring contest with this guy that said, well, I play in Asian service and you don't. So I hit Kenshin. The fuck is a Kenshin to me? What did I just say? So did I say hard stuck blue rank, right? Mm-hmm. Hard stuck blue. So a newfound blue in Tekken 8. And the reason why he's saying that is better. Well, what's your highest rank in Tekken 7? I want to know his highest rank in Tekken 7. I want to know. I really do. But why? Here's the thing: tryhards are gonna try hard, but you trying hard and you still suck. That's what I'm getting out of this. You try hard and you still suck. Like that's baffling me. You know, you would think, Soledge, right? If you tried hard at a game, that you would at least be good at it. The highest you got was Emperor and Tekken. Get this fuck. Stop talking.
What season? What season?
What season? I left the game because Overwatch released. You said, bro, it doesn't matter. In Tekken 7, me and you was getting Emperors for fun. That shit was fun. I had a lot of them motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's near the last season. There you go. Season 4, we got Emperor. There you go.
Bro, please stop talking to me. Please stop talking to me. Nigga, in season 4, most of the good players were fucking gone. It didn't matter then.
Early season 4, then is like, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I played it since the game came out, so I was season 4. I was breathing through. Before the rank reset, I was breathing through.
Yeah, early season 4 though, some of the good players were still there.
Season 4 Emperor, woo! He got me, guys. Oh man, he's really good at the game. Emperor. See, that's that main man Swede talk. See, main man Swede be goddamn selling y'all niggas dreams. That, oh man, yeah, man. If you're Emperor, yeah, you're top 1%. Man, get the fuck out of here. The good players think Emperor. It's not even a god rank. It's not even a god rank. You said what would I remove from T8? The heat system.
Knew it.
But if you remove the heat system, all you got is Tekken 7 again. With better graphics.
Pretty much.
Without wall bounce.
I mean, I really don't have anything else to add. I don't know if there's anything else you want to dive into.
I just wanted to. I just wanted to know the mindset, because we're here. We're actually here. We're here at the finale, because we're getting to the finale. Because this is the last thing I want to talk about. Tekken community ranks. Go.
What do you want me to say? Fuck the ranks.
What I mean by that is how niggas use their rank to validate their actual skill when it absolutely means nothing, especially in Tekken 8, a game that is catered towards fucking scrubs where you can get Kenshin for fucking free. Nigga, Red Ranger, of god of all fucking scrubs, is fucking Rajan. No, he's Kenshin and he is absolute dog water. So what is that really saying to me?
I think you're hating on the game for the sake of hate. No, dude.
I think I'm hating on the game for the sake of hating it. You're new to the channel, because when the game first came out, I had positive feedback on it. I just played it more and realized the game sucked.
Literally, on all the videos and streams we've had discussing this, we've given the game its props. So what?
Soundtrack is good. The character models are a lot better. The character models are way better than Tekken 7, because remember, in Tekken 7, every bitch had the same face.
No, Tekken 7 was trash, yeah. Graphics.
The stages are, oh my god, the stages are chef kisses. The gameplay in the story mode, the core of the game is bad. If you look at the product...
Chapter 1 was good, though. Like
I did. But I'm saying it has no substance. It's all show with no substance. It looks good, but the more you dive into it, the worse the game gets progressively and worse and worse and worse. That's all people are saying. But I expect your stupid ass to say shit like that, because they literally dragged me, one of the best players in the fucking world, for damn near a week because he said the game is fucking bad. Because he had one criticism of the game. I don't know if you know about that, Soul Edge, but that actually happened.
Well, they got mad. I know Nee said that the game was bad, but I didn't know people got mad at him for it.
They literally dragged this nigga for a week. Niggas was making video after video after video after video because one of the best players in the world, and you can't pull that rank shit on him because he's one of the best players in the world. He's better than everybody in here, including myself. That nigga made me like straight dog water. Best player in the world said the game is bad. It's either one or two things. Either everybody was hopping on the bad wagon with him, or a lot of people were saying, you know what, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. You have scrubs like him that don't really know shit about nothing. Like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, nigga, he's one of the best players in the world. Not in his country. In the world. Not even in his continent. In the world. I don't think people understand in the world how big this fucking world is. How in the world.
Billions of people.
Out of 8 billion people, he's one of the best in the fucking world. You said Arslan Ash complained until the deaths get out his family. Even Arslan complained. And he's one of the best players. I say Nee and Arslan are neck and neck. People say Arslan is better than me. I don't think that Arslan has the resume that Nee has to say that he's the best. Me personally. That's just me. When it comes down to overall skill, character knowledge, I think Nee got him. But Arslan is hot right now. But these are two of the best players in the world, and you're gonna sit there and tell me that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and this is little Billy Scrub here that got Kenshin and thinks, oh yeah, I'm hot shit. That shit's crazy. I mean, Arsenal is going to do a 180 because remember, his job and his life revolves around this game. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. He's one of the few people, even though I was making my rant earlier, he's one of the few people who has made this his actual job. But with that being said, and Solesh is going to agree with me, it comes with its own set of consequences too.
Of course.
When you make Tekken your job, you no longer have freedom of will to say what you want to say, because now they have essentially bought you. It just is what it is.
That's why a lot of the content creators don't speak on the issues the game has until it becomes very popular to do that. Like Main Man was even like Main Man. People have memed on him for like being a Tekken nut hugger, but like he was giving them shit for the battle pass because the battle pass was really bad.
If you want to know the real Main Man suite that everybody liked, you will go to Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Main Man. That nigga was actually authentic. He lost his authenticity the moment Tekken 7 happened. Tag 2 Main Man Suite was authentic. Matter of fact, the Tag 2 era, and I'm pretty sure Solesh would agree with me, the aura surrounding Tag 2, look at the tournaments, it just felt more real. It wasn't a whole bunch of sissies talking about some LGBTQIA crap. It wasn't a whole bunch of dudes twerking on the main stage of fucking EVO or some shit like that, or a major tournament, which actually does happen. Why are grown men twerking at a fucking major event? And it's always fucking niggas, because we have no fucking respect and decorum for ourselves. You know, we just have to just do niggery ass shit all the fucking time because we just can't control ourselves. I don't understand why. You know, we just have to make ourselves a fucking buffoon. Don't get it, but you know, whatever. You know, the Asians sit there and they play the game and they win, they nod, they hit, they shake their opponent's hand, they go about their damn business. The white people, for the most part, they sit there, they play their game, they shake their hand, they mind their own business. It's always the niggas that gotta do the extra shit and make us look fucking bad.
I was not part of Tekken during Tag 2, so I can't even speak to the era surrounding tournaments.
All right. I hate to say homework, but on your free time one day, I want you to go back and look at some of those old Tag 2 tournaments. And you will feel how different it is. It feels authentic. People are saying what they want to say. I'm not saying they are bashing the game, but people are being authentic. They say, this is bad, this is good. This is bad, this is good. I like this about the game, I don't like this about the game. It was realistic. People are no longer realistic. And that's the reason why we're having this stream in the first place, because I don't get paid by Bandai. Or I hardly even get paid by fucking YouTube. So I can say what the fuck I want to say. What are you gonna do? Oh, you gonna counsel me? All right, cool. I got a job. It doesn't matter. I'm going to work tomorrow. We always get attention for the wrong reason because black people in Seoul. I'm pretty sure you've seen this one. Sonic Fox is a prime example. What's his leading thing? I was about to say the F word. God forbid.
He's a furry.
I was about to say he's a pile of sticks. But his whole identity doesn't revolve around him being good at the game. His whole identity revolves around him being gay. Is he good? Yes. Is he a phenomenal player? Yes. But why do you have to put all this extra shit in it that has nothing to do with it? It would be like me playing fighting games and saying, you know what, you beat me, but I'm stronger than you because I work out. That has no bearing on what just happened. I lost the match because he was the better player. I wouldn't say that Tag 2 was the golden era of the FGC. The golden era of the FGC was actually Street Fighter 4. That was the golden era because that literally revived the FGC from fucking nothing. Prior to 2008, I promise you none of you niggas know what the FGC is because it was damn near irrelevant. Unless you was watching 2006 videos of fucking Third Strike and shit, you would know what that is, but most people don't fucking know. You said, well, you gotta remember that Tag 2 lasted 2 years in tournament. Well, of course, bro. You have Street Fighter 4, arguably one of the greatest fighting games of all time, and then you have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no damn Tekken. Sorry, Solesh.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, and people say, in main man Swede, and I'm about to summon Exodia real quick. Hold on. Main man Swede, let me holler at you real quick. You know what? I'm going to record this. It's going to be 2 minutes of ranting. Main man Swede, let me holler at you real quick, buddy.
Oh boy.
You like to say that Tag 2 was the worst game because of sales, but for a person who's older than I am, you forget the part of what time and what year that game came out. If that game came out in 2011, 2012, with games like Super Street Fighter 4 and AE coming out, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 coming out, and MK9 coming out, which was the revival of the 2D era, there's no fucking way that anybody's going to pay attention to Tekken Tag Tournament 2, especially after Tekken 6, which was a fucking disaster. Let's be real, the main man. So let me talk to me, main man. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. It just doesn't make any logical sense, and you're being disingenuous when you say things like that. Ran over.
I'm also pretty sure that T4 sold worse than Tag 2, but as a matter of fact, we can look up the sales right now. Because T4 was the first game that really like flopped.
This video is just for the sake of complain. He just likes to complain. This nigga doesn't know my channel at all. At all. He just wanted it for the algorithm. Hold on, wait a minute. Listen to here, you motherfucking buffoon. Let me holler at you real quick. Do you honestly think with 1,700 subscribers that I would be doing this shit for the fucking algorithm? Think about it. If I wanted it for the algorithm and I wanted to make money, what the fuck would I do, dumbass? Oh, right. I would make positive content about Tekken 8 because that is what's selling right now. That's what I would do to make money, stupid. But because I don't like the game and I have a genuine disinterest because I want the game to do better, I have criticisms. But stupid motherfuckers like you want to sit here and say, oh, he's doing it for the algorithm. He's doing it for this. No, dumbass. I'm doing it because the game actually is bad. And nobody else wants to say it. If you want to hear positive feedback about the game, you can always go check the main man Swede, King J, not Arsenal Ash, Arsenal, whatever, however you pronounce his fucking name. You can go check those guys out. They have plenty of it for you because they got their hands behind their back, tied behind a chair with Saul looking at them saying, let's play a fucking game. If you say something bad about the game, whoops, there goes your fucking finances. Don't you ever come at me with no dumb shit like that again. You're fucking stupid.
It's overwhelming positive on Steam. No, there's mixed reviews on Steam. People were talking about that. Got mixed reviews when the fucking Battle Pass came out.
Bro, come on, bro.
Also, T4 sold more than Tag 2. Quick insert.
I mean, you gotta think about it. It's coming after. Remember, when T1, T2, and T3, that was the boom of 3D fighting games. Again, with Soul Blade, Tekken, obviously, Virtua Fighter. It was booming. The 2D era was suffering at that time because remember, Third Strike was coming out, and Street Fighter 3 came out. It was suffering. People don't know it, and here's the crazy thing: people say they know about the FGC. People don't know that Street Fighter Third Strike had some of the worst sales in Street Fighter history. You can fact check me on that right now.
It did.
But guess what? It's one of the most revered games in fighting game history. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. This nigga doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He just like to move his lips like a bitch. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. You could always go to these other channels. You say even if you were bad at Street Fighter 4, you felt like you could whoop anyone's ass. Everyone just wanted to play everyone. In Street Fighter 4, there was room for everyone. Because I made a comment about that on Twitter. Street Fighter 4 is possibly one of the best Street Fighters of all time, and here's why. It had room for scrubs. It was a big ass skill gap, but you felt good when you got over the hump. But you can play at a higher level. You go, okay, let's say you're execution heavy, but your fundamentals suck, right? That means you're the type of player that if you get a hit, they're more than likely dead, right? Let's say you're a player like me. You're not an execution heavy player, even though I fucking play an execution character. You're not execution heavy, but you're very good at footsies, and you're very good at reading your opponent, right? So there's characters and playstyles for everyone that suits everybody and at every skill. You had your zoners, you had your rushdown, you had this, you had that. With Tekken, there's none of that. It just feels like everybody does all the shit. Like, you remember King's throws? Go ahead. Go ahead. You say what you want to say. Yeah, there's no identity. Remember, King's throws used to be actually scary.
Yeah.
But now damn near every character has a complete throw game. So why would I pick King when I could pick a character that has a complete throw game? Just like, why would I could pick Harang? Harang has a complete throw game. Law has one. Law has a complete throw game with better poking. Why pick King? Well, his throws do more damage, but they also slower. But Law has a launching throw. Everybody does everything. Again, Ling has a throw game. She has Waning Moon now. If you didn't know, if you didn't know, she has Waning Moon now, which is awesome. That leads into a complete combo. Waning Moon was the most broken throw in Tag 1. Ogre had it, True Ogre had it, and Wang had it. It's Wang's throw originally.
Yeah, okay, figured.
So it was one of the most broken throws back in the day for all my old heads that used to play the older games. You know what I'm talking about. That game was that throw was absolutely busted. Then it gave a guaranteed back combo, and you know how much damage back combos do. It fucking hurts. So it was even in Tag 2. Waning Moon was absolutely busted. You said, yeah, you couldn't break it after in Tag 1. You couldn't break it. Tag 1, it was, guaranteed you're fucked. But going back to the whole Street Fighter thing, it fit everybody's playstyle and at all levels. And the thing about it is, it was just fun to fucking play. It hit every dynamic. It was fun to play. The stages were very dynamic and interesting. The story was good. It had offline modes for people who don't want to be online heavy. They had fucking hardcore things for hardcore players. You had and they broke it off too, right? So there was a system, right? If you did you play Street Fighter 4?
I didn't. No.
Okay, so Street Fighter 4, they had a system where they had player points and they had battle points, right? Player points was your overall point system as far as your grade, right? Well, no, that was your battle points. Your player points was your overall point system and how you would be pointing on the leaderboard, right? Then you had battle points, which led to how your grade changes, right? So let's say you're a Ryu player. You're gonna have a hard time raising your battle points up to get to an A because a lot of people play Ryu. But that's how you could tell if somebody's playing on an alt or not. Because if you have a high player, let's say you have 3,000 player points, which is extremely high, that means you're really good at the game, right? But you're playing a character that has 100 battle points, right? They could tell you're playing on an alt. Things like that. So not only are you trying to get the highest player points, you're also trying to have the highest battle points for the competitive players. That's what made it fun for all the people that were hardcore, and things of that nature. But for the casuals, it was just fun. You run an 8-man lobby, you talk shit with your friends, and you just have a good time. That was it. If Tekken 8 is so great, why is Player Match dead? Soul Edge?
I don't play T8, bro.
Remember in Tekken 7, the player matches were booming? People were legitimately enjoying the game. Let's say you're not a rank heavy player. You want to go to player match, play with your friends? Sure, why not? You could lock the room. It don't have to be no randoms, none of that crap. You just play and have a good time, right? You want to be competitive, you go to rank match. You try to go for Tekken God Prime, which is the highest rank at that time. Then you got Tekken God Omega later on. That's what you went for, right? You get your rank, you flex with your friends. Yeah, I got this rank, yada yada. You talk shit. You have your first to fives. It's all fun, whatever. Why would I play Tekken 8? And this is, remember, Tekken 7 is console locked. Why when I play Tekken 8, even though it's not console locked, it's dead when it comes to player matches? Why is it dead?
I mean, just not fun, bro.
Hold on. Question back to which electric was considered the most strongest. Electrics and tag 1, they were mid. Hiachi's electric was a mid. It was a mid. That's the most broken it ever was.
Same with Jin.
At this point, it's literally complaining. It's literally for the sake of complaining.
You keep saying that.
But you're not debunking what I'm saying. But
if it's all just complaining, then why are you still here?
I don't know. Why is he still here? Your guess is as good as mine.
Like me watching a show I don't like. Who the fuck?
Then when in tag mode first came out in Super Street Fighter 4, I used to solo the whole. But that's what I'm saying. It used to be fun because Street Fighter 4 had so many modes. You can do what you want. And also, guess what else Street Fighter 4 had? An online practice mode. Interesting. A game that came out. What?
To T8's credit, they are adding an online practice mode.
That should have been default. That should have been default. If a game that came out in 2008 had it, well, no, actually, online practice mode didn't come out till I think 2011. But a game that came out in 2011 had it, and Tekken Tournament 2 had it in Tekken in 2011. Why does a game in 2024 that came out 13 years later doesn't have it?
I think a lot of this, I think Harada and Murray got screwed over because Namco, behind the scenes, they've been pushing for a lot of the live service elements. And I don't know if you know, there was another...
Imagine complaining that it's console locked. I'm not complaining that it's console locked. I'm complaining that the game is dead and it's not console locked, stupid. Is this guy retarded or something? I promise you he's a main man sweet dude. I promise you he's a main man sweet fan. And yes, he's right. I play on console and PC. What's your point? Go ahead, Soul Edge.
Yeah. There was a gotcha game that Namco was trying to make, not Murray and Harada, that Namco was trying to make, and that game flopped. And because of that game, they're starting to push for a lot of the live service in T8. So that's why you have the Battle Pass. That's why everything is just so freaking rushed.
And it's not going... Go ahead.
I said Namco's greed, not Harada, because Harada wasn't involved with that.
Well, of course, you know, profits over everything, and this is going to be intellectual for all my people that are actually smart, you know. The shareholders have Bandai by the balls. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you know, they want to turn over profit every year. And if a game is not turning over profit, the investors or shareholders are going to be looking at them crazy. Well, why isn't our game turning over profit? We need to do this. We need to change this. We need to change this. And oftentimes, what these people do, they'll do what this guy's doing right here. They will look at the overall picture or make they'll paint it with a broad brush instead of looking at the nuance and the context of the situation of why this game is failing or why is a person complaining about a game. And they'll say, well, this other guy or this other game is doing this. Well, why don't you do this? Because we don't fit that demographic. Like the Battle Pass. Battle Passes are notorious for shooting games. That's their demographic. As you just said before, these are free-to-play games. Yeah, free-to-play shooting games. That's their demographic. That's what they do. That's how they make their money. For fighting games, you're charging people a base price, which in this case with Tekken 8 is $70 if you just bought a base game. And then on top of that, you're adding Battle Passes with content that is not suitable or not worthy of buying. That's greed. It's half-assed and half-done, and you can tell that it's rushed. Just like Tekken 7. We can tell that Tekken 7 was rushed. A lot of people would agree with me if you would have just delayed Tekken 7 by, I'll say 2 more years, it would have been way more better than it is now.
T7 also had a valid reason compared to T8. T7, at the very least, you could just say, well, they didn't have the highest budget. With Tekken 8, that's no longer the case.
Well, yeah, Tekken 8 had a massive budget. It's just they put all their eggs in the one basket. I'm pretty sure, and I will ask the chat, which one would you rather take? Okay, you take a hit in the graphics department, but you get better customization, more modes, and better gameplay. Me personally, I would take the hit in the graphics. Here's the thing, Tekken has been notorious for having some of the best graphics ever. T3 is some of the best graphics you will ever see on a PlayStation. T4 still holds up to this day, and that came out in 2001. Tag 1 still holds up to this day, and it came out in 1999, 2000. Yes, people would take the hit in the graphics, and they would rather play a better game. And that's what I've been saying. It's a sandwich with nothing but lettuce on it, with no meat, no substance. And this dumbass in the fucking go ahead.
Charge you for the meat after they marketed the sandwich.
A lot of people don't realize it, but we are beta testing games. Instead of them paying people to test their games, we're beta testing them for them. And then people are looking at it saying you're criticizing the game and you're just criticizing for the sake of criticizing. No, these are normal critiques of the game. You're just not used to hearing it because everybody has a fucking Namco dick shoved up their ass where they can't say shit. Exactly. Toxic Apple made a great point. That yes, I agree. I say that a lot about games. When they started making graphics realistic, most games lost their fun factor due to the stiffness and the characters. Of course.
Yep.
It's too realistic. If I want to do realistic shit, I'll go outside. The whole point of playing games in the first place is escapism. This'll be something you should wind down with.
I mean, like, when's the last time you got a superhero game that looks like a fucking comic book?
I don't know, man. And that's what I'm saying.
And like Ultimate Spider-Man came out in 2005. That shit actually looked like the comic.
Tekken 4 came out in 2001. Great graphics, but when you play the story, they give you great panels with real art styles. I miss those, actually. That art style was fucking fire.
It was.
But they took it away. For what reason? Fucking no.
Well, I actually know the reason. A lot of the people who critiqued T4 didn't like the non-CGI cutscenes, and they didn't like the art style.
The art style was beautiful. As a person who cannot draw, I look at that, I'm like, that must have took a lot of time. It's just like when I look at Dragon Ball Z and I look at you could tell it got the art style got progressively better as Toriyama got older and more wiser and done it more. It got progressively better. So much so, she's like, yo, that art style is fucking dope. And then you look at Torio Taro, and he's not bad, but he don't have that same flair that it's not the same. And I look at him like, this is a master at work here. When I look at those art styles, because they had it in, remember that drawing style they had it in Tekken 1 and 2, but they got rid of it for whatever reason, I don't fucking know. But in T3,
the CGI art, or
no, like that's the actual art, like the art style, like you all lock them in a gallery and shit like that.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
But they added that in T4 in the story instead of doing CGI, a whole bunch of CGI cutscenes, and that art style was beautiful. I'm like, that took a lot of time to do. That's masterful work. Mm-hmm. And then you got some fucking dumbass talking about, we need more CGI cutscenes. Why? Here's the thing. I'll take it as an insult. What you think I can't read? It literally, you could go ahead.
They also didn't like the more realistic tone and this more serious tone of the story. That's why everything got so dumbed down.
I take it as they think that I'm stupid. Like, they think that I can't, like, take my time and read something, then press the X button and read again. And not only did they do that, they had CGI and they had the art style too. So what's the issue? They had the art style. Here's the thing: they had the art style for the intro, right? And then they had the CGI for the ending.
Well, the endings were in in-game graphics, but they had the art style for the prologue and the epilogue, and then the actual intro of the game. Mm-hmm. CGI.
And I was fine with that. I was fine with it. That's because niggas can't fucking read. Niggas can do niggas can do 6 electrics in a row, but they can't read a text prompt. I'm confused. Maybe I'm missing something, but you mean to tell me if you're really immersed in the game, if you played T1, T2, and T3, you're definitely reading text. Besides, well, T3 they had the T3 they had CGI. They had CGI in T3.
FCGI in 1 and 2 as well.
They had, but it's not so much. But remember, they had no audio, so it's left to interpretation, which I think is actually genius. Right? You mean to tell me you can't read a fucking text prompt? Have you ever played the old Resident Evil games? There's nothing but fucking text prompts. If you play Resident Evil, Silent Hill, even MGS, it's just a whole bunch of text prompts. And you mean to tell me your stupid ass can't read, but you can sit there and watch Japanese anime 24/7 with subtitles?
It was the Japanese fans who didn't like the more serious tone. So yeah.
But I love the series. But Tekken 2 was serious as shit.
Because T4 didn't have a lot of joke endings, right? So that's people at the time didn't like that.
But maybe it's just me, but I really do like the more adult theme Tekken 4 over this silly shit that we got, like this Power Ranger-esque kind of shit that we got in Tekken 8. It's just my opinion. That's fine too. We can have the CGI, but I like a good balance.
That's the issue. Also, the joke endings shouldn't come at the cost of the intelligence of the characters. That's another huge point of contention.
It's like Harada to some degree has stepped on everything. Like he stepped on all the traditional characters. They got stepped on and destroyed and threw away. And we're gonna prop up the new characters with no substance.
For one game, and then they never relevant again. Like that's why Lars is just the glorified side character.
That nigga's a glorified Power Ranger. But if you notice, if you look at the Street Fighter games, though, they don't ever disrespect they made the old characters like that. They don't get me wrong. They pass the torch. They pass the torch. But they never did.
But kind of screwed over Chun-Li and Cammy.
We don't talk about Street Fighter 5. That game don't exist. But they still pass over the torch. Like when Jury came in Street Fighter 4, like they're like, okay, let's say it's Street Fighter 3, right? We know Ryu and Ken. Even if you don't play Street Fighter, you know who Ryu and Ken is. They have the main characters of Street Fighter. Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li. They are the main people of whatchamacallit, the main characters of Street Fighter. When Street Fighter 3 came out, they said, you know what? It's time to pass the torch. We're gonna pass the torch to Alex. And I was cool with that. Wait, did my stream just end?
No, it's still up.
Is it?
Hold on. Still up, bro. You're good.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, hold on. Let me make sure I mute this shit. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because life has to life. But so they pass the torch to Alex, right? And then in Street Fighter 4, instead of Bison, they pass the torch to Seth and Jury. They don't mind passing it, and then in Street Fighter 5, they pass the torch from Ryu to Luke. Well, Street Fighter 6, they really pass the torch from Ryu to Luke.
Yeah.
They always show their characters they show their new characters love without actually disrespecting their older characters. And I've always loved them for that.
They use the older characters to enhance the newer characters.
Yeah. This game, on the other hand, the fuck is a law and a pole? Yeah, people were mad about Ryu and Ken not being because most people don't know, and Ryu and Ken were not supposed to be in the original Street Fighter 3. They weren't supposed to be there. But again, you know, maybe if you go, here's the thing: why don't you copy the good shit from Street Fighter instead of you do all the other shit, but you don't copy what Street Fighter did to make the character successful?
Bro. That's what I said. Of all the shit you take inspiration from, it's always the surface level. It's like anything interesting.
Not even that. Street Fighter always, like Capcom, they pay homage to their other games through their other games. Think about it. Street Fighter 6, you're roaming through Metro City like you're in Final Fight. You should play that game one day. But like you're roaming through the city like you're in Final Fight. They're paying homage to their older games. Even in Street Fighter 6, they pay homage to characters that was in fucking Street Fighter 1, a game that probably nobody ever fucking played. You see Retsu, you see Geki, you see all these inspiration and cameos. Tekken, meh.
The last time Tekken mentioned Soul Calibur was back in fucking T3, and that was in the background of a stage.
And the craziest thing about it, what I find funny is, let me pop this out real quick. The constant reminder we get for fucking Soul Calibur or Soul Blade, I'm gonna call it by the original name, Soul Blade. Thank you for the correction a long time ago, because I keep calling it Soul Edge, but it's Soul Blade. Is Yoshimitsu. That's a constant reminder we get. Ooh.
But Yoshi doesn't do shit. He's irrelevant.
But the thing is, he's one of the most like just characters in the show. Like he said, I steal from the rich and the evil, and I give to the poor people. Look at it. Look at his Tekken 1 ending. Like he literally said, you know what? But
I said I know. I was like, he hasn't done shit since like fucking. When's the last time Yoshi ever did shit? Fuck, you fucking disappeared. So fuck if I know, bro.
Bro, this is crazy, man. You literally see Law in the background of T1, and like when Yoshimitsu spreads the money, landing a Law with his mouth open, like, oh!
Yeah.
And you know what's a shame? I always get mad because even though I've played all the Tekken games, I was too young to be in the essence of those eras, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I feel what you mean. Yeah, you didn't really appreciate it, yeah.
I can't appreciate because I wasn't there. Like I was there for T3 because I was only like 3 years old when T3 came out. It was 1997. I played it like when I was like 6, right? But at that time, Tag 1 just came out and T4 is right around the corner. So I can reminisce over T4, T3 a little bit, and Tag 1, T5, and all that. But like when it comes to Tekken 1 and 2, I can't have that same energy because remember, Tekken 1 came out when I was born in 94. I wasn't there. It's like Street Fighter 2. As much as I love Street Fighter 2, and this is my favorite fighting game of all time, I wasn't there. I love it, but I can't. If the old head starts talking about the old days of Street Fighter 2, I'm like, bro, I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, I can always watch the videos and like act like I know, but I wasn't fucking there. And I kind of hate when the community does that. When it comes down to Tekken, they talk about a whole. Nigga, you wasn't there. You're not one of them. You're not the fucking pork chops and them that was playing that shit back in the day. You're not them. They were there. You were not. I really do. Like when I look at Tag 2, and I always say it, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like I miss my era of the FGC. The FGC that is here right now is not made for people like me. These LGBTQIA femboys that are out here, you know, diddling each other and doing weird shit behind the scenes. I'm not on that kind of time. That's not for me. When I was looking at the FGC in 2008 and like 2009, when I was like a teenager, they was actually playing the game and not trying to diddle each other and do weird shit. That's what time I'm on. Back when people used to brag about actually being the best, not brag about being gay and being a furry, and random girls that are fat talking about sexual assault. Like, why are you fat talking about you got sexually assaulted by... So let's take over.
Before you fucking drag this Nigga was about to start a whole other fucking discussion.
Bro, I was about to start drinking bleach, bro. I was definitely about to start drinking bleach. He says 1994 had Street Fighter 2, New Challenger, MK2, Tekken 3. It was the golden age of the arcades. Exactly. I was not there. And I can't pretend like I was there because in 1994, I'm just coming out the pussy. I'm literally fresh out the pussy. So like, I really can't be like, oh yeah, man, I was there, bro. No, the fuck you aren't. Shut up. And I have niggas that are younger than me talking about, yeah, man, I was part of that era, bro. I won something. I'm like, nigga, what? Yeah, man, I'm 21 years old, man. I always was a part of the FGC, man, and esports, and yeah, man, I was a Marvel. I was good at Marvel. So how? No, you weren't. When Marvel 2 came out, you don't know nothing about that. A non-sensitive era. Yeah, I know, a non-sensitive era, and you're a part of that sensitive era, which is crazy. John, you know. But anyway, but yeah, like it's mind-boggling. Like I want it to be in the essence of it, and it's crazy. It kind of blinds me from enjoying what's out here now. But now that I look at it, I'm like, these games are just not fun. Taking a step back, like playing the Budokais, I was there for every Budokai. That's my era, all right? Budokai 1, 2, 3, Infinite World, Tenkaichi 1, 2, 3, Ultimate Tenkaichi, which I don't talk about because that game doesn't exist. I was there for all of those games. And I have to say, if you weren't there, you missed out. It can't be replicated. It just can't. When you saw, and I know this for all my old heads, remember Blockbuster used to be a thing back then. When Budokai 3 first came out, and you saw that intro, and you saw Goku said, what did he say? It was something about, because that's the first time they introduced torn clothing. But it was crazy, and then you heard the stage music when they was fighting in the desert stage, and oh my, yo. It is something that you can't, it cannot be replicated. You said DBZ games were your childhood, bro. If you know, you just had to be there. I know Soul Edge might tear up a little bit, but you just had to be there. You just had to be there.
Shit, bro. Good times, bro.
Back in them PS2 days where you had that, like, bro, I remember like it was yesterday. It was like 2001, got my first PS2, right? Before I had a Nintendo 64. I had Budokai 1, I had Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, I had a Jimmy Neutron game, Jet Fusion, like the little sequel thing, and I had Jack and Daxter Legacy, the precursor. Legendary lineup, besides the Jimmy Neutron, you can take that back. But the other three I mentioned, legendary lineup. Right, so I'm playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1, right? But remember, you had to have a memory card back in them days, and the nigga ain't had no memory card. So I sat and replayed that shit every day from start to finish with a smile on my fucking face. That's how great it was. Times were just so much simpler. The games were so much. And going back to be back on topic, for the person who keeps saying I'm constantly complaining, it's not that I'm complaining. I remember what the games used to be like. They have fallen from grace. This is why I am having this stream. I'm not going to sit here and act like there was nothing ever wrong with these games. There were some things wrong with it, but there is a charm about them that just hasn't been replicated in decades. It's not about me complaining. It's about, I remember what it used to be. I remember what was the gold standard for Tekken. I remember what was the gold standard for Street Fighter. It has not met these standards in a long time. Those days when you played the game start to finish over and over was built exactly. They were so different. When I saw the intro to Tenkaichi 3, why CGI feel like an upgrade when games like Xenoverse 1 and 2 felt like a downgrade? It doesn't have that same charm. It just doesn't. People forget, Xenoverse 2 is not a bad game, but what made Tenkaichi series so special is the fact that you had so many modes outside of the story mode to play after the fact. You just never got bored. And if you wasn't a fucking nerd and you actually went outside, you don't have enough time to actually beat the game in its entirety. You just don't, because niggas actually went outside.
Yep.
But no, going back to what I'm saying though, it's not meeting the gold standard. And I'm not trying to be mean, spiteful, vindictive. For people who enjoy Tekken 8, you can enjoy the game fine. But for old heads like me that remember the older times of these games, it's not meeting the standard. It's not that I can't adapt with the times. It's not that I don't understand. The game it's not good. It's just not good.
I have this crazy idea. Just imagine if, right, and everybody level with me for a second. Imagine if newer shit was made better than what came before. Is it crazy to expect that shit should be going forward and not backwards as time progresses?
But that's what was happening in those times. Remember, in the PS1 days, we had Tekken 3, and then you played Tekken Tag Tournament 1 and T4. You're like, bro, this is a massive jump. Not only in gameplay, but in fucking graphics and story mode. This is a huge jump. I remember as a kid, right? Denzel Tucker, I'm sorry, but I stole your Tekken 3, bro. I asked my friend for Tekken 3, and I never gave it back, right? I went to the arcades. I know I was being black, but I went to the arcades to play Tag 1 and T4. Nigga, as a kid, those games were so good. I was crying leaving the arcade because I had to play T3 when I went back home. And don't get me wrong, I still like T3, but it just didn't hit the same. When you hit those buttons, those Samba buttons, when you're playing the characters for the first time and you're seeing all the new shit and you gotta go home and play your old shit because that game is just so much superior, it just hits different, from the stage music to the stages to the graphics, everything. And that arcade sound for anybody who's ever went to an arcade sound, you cannot replicate that. You cannot replicate that sound. That surround sound that's booming, you cannot replicate it. That feeling, it's gone, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm tearing up a little bit. It's gone. It's gone. Consoles can't replicate that. That's crazy. But going back to your point though, each game was getting progressively better. When you went from Budokai Tenkaichi 1 to Budokai Tenkaichi 2, you was like, bro, it gets no better than this. You like, there's just no way. It gets no better than this.
There's no fucking comparison. There's just not.
When you went from Budokai 2 to Budokai 3, you're like, bro, it gets no better than this. I can fly around. I can unlock Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I can play GT and I get Kid Goku. Bro, nigga, it gets no better. Bro, when we saw T4 and then we played T5 and we heard that song, like, bro, it gets better. And then we went to PS3 Tekken 6 and then it was a letdown. I'm sorry. The stages of T6 are fire. No, the stages of T6 are fire. The music is a godsend. It's one of the most slept on soundtracks of Tekken history.
Electric Fountain is my shit.
Electric Fountain, mine is Casino. That's one of my favorite stages.
The fucking goats.
But
or is it the sheep?
The yodel thing, bro. I put that on Tekken 8, bro. But cause you remember when I was playing that deathmatch with old dude, Buff Lucky Floyd, whatever the fuck his name was, and you saw me playing that Jack player, and that's all you heard when I had it on Knock the Stage. But it's crazy, man. And then we played Tag 2, and then it gave us that feeling again, like there's no way it can get better than this. The music, superb. The modes, superb. It gave you a tutorial how to play the game. Customization is out of this world. Hold on, somebody just said something. Shadow Law just said T6, Fountain, and Tunnel were my faves. Yeah, bro, godsend. Again, slept on soundtrack. But no, like it's looking at the times, and you are right. Back then, as time progressed and they had newer technology, it got progressively better. Just look at the systems. The jump from the PS1 to the PS2 is absolutely insane. From the PS2 to the PS3 was absolutely insane. From the PS3 to the PS4 was not that insane. And from the PS4 to the PS5, it's still not that insane. It's like they're fighting over minute details. The graphics to me is essentially done got as good as they don't get. And I don't really care for the whole realistic thing anyway. It's a video game.
Yeah, it's overdone, especially when every game is shot like a movie.
The music is lazy, bro. Like, I know Tasty Steve, like when Tasty Steve used to do that fucking that shit was so, I'm like, it sucks. It sucks. You hear this music right here? This is fire. This is music. I sound like an old head, but this shit is music. But that Tekken 7 soundtrack outside of Devil Pit Part 1, that Devil's Pit Part 1, that shit was a banger. I don't care what nobody, that shit was heat. But that other say what now?
I said Infinite Azure was good. Akuma's stage was good. Heat Haze Shadow was a banger.
Yeah, that was. But you see, the thing is, that doesn't just regularly show up. You have to actually look through the music and put it in there.
Damn.
Jungle Outpost 2 was really good. That was Jungle Outpost 1 was okay. But no, like Tekken 7, I look at the soundtrack and I just look overall, I'm like, it just didn't get that much better. It just it left a sense of want, and I was like, this just isn't it. And then we got Tekken 8, right? And they had me, bro. They had me going, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. They had me going. I'm like, look at these stages. Because you heard me. When Tekken 8, when we got that demo, I was playing that shit nonstop. Because Sanctum to me is one of the best stages in that fucking game. The music hits. The stage looks amazing. Because it's a tribute to T5. But the stage hits. I'm like, this is beautiful. And I like the city stage. Because I remember I was bragging about the stage. The City at Night stage is an absolutely gorgeous stage, right?
Young Stage has one of my favorite osts ever. Yakushima is a really good song.
And then I was looking at the movement, right? And I was like, the backdashing is a little bit bad, but I can see why they would do that, because niggas was doing it too much and it fucks up the pacing of the match if I'm constantly chasing you, but people still do it anyway. And I was like, they buffed the sidestep. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. We buffed the sidestep so it looks better. You know, you can actually move out of the way of certain moves. And then I get the full game. I'm like, they sold me a lie. This was a lie. This is not what I thought it was gonna be. Remember, back in the day, you used to be able to click a button to change your customization. Took that shit away. Idea that I had for Tekken 8 that people looked at me like I was crazy for. I said, instead of like adding new characters and making us pay for them, some of the characters that are, if you want to have, you say you don't want clone characters, why don't you just use them as a palette swap?
That's how it was in fucking T2. Don't know why, but we ain't doing that anymore.
Bro, it's just.
Bears.
But the way they did it in Tekken 8, they gave Kuma.
They tried to give them their own moveset.
No, they actually did. Like, Akuma has electrics and shit, and you got Panda with Art of Phoenix, which I'm trying to figure out why is a fucking 400-pound bear in the Art of Phoenix stance. But hey, what do I fucking know? I'm getting weird. But that's my. I guess I could conclude the rant. I'm done ranting. I don't calm down for the most part. I don't got it out of my system. But essentially, like, my takeaway from it, everything about Tekken 8 isn't bad, but it's a massive letdown in comparison to what they told us it was going to be, and it's also a massive letdown in comparison to its predecessors. Kind of like how these generations are, but my generation and Generation Z, we're struggling because, you know, people don't want to talk about it, but X and the fucking boomers, they spent all the fucking money. But that's a topic for another day. But yeah, no, Tekken 8 is a massive letdown, and I don't understand why people want to go as far as to protect the ego of this game. I say burn it down and start from scratch. You know, try to reboot the series. And it's not just Tekken 8 that's doing this. It's MK1. MK1 is garbage.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6, I like the game, but it's nowhere near Street Fighter 4. It's better than Street Fighter 5. I'll say that much. They did make a step in the right direction. It's better than Street Fighter 5. But yeah, that's really all I got to say. Any closing thoughts? So we can go ahead and wrap it up.
I've been ready to wrap it up.
You could have said something, dude. Could have said something, dude. Could have been done.
I did, but shit. But yeah, nail the coffin. I mean, obviously, again, I haven't played the game, nor do I fucking plan to. And I really don't have any direction of like where I think the series is gonna go here. I don't know where the gameplay is gonna go. I mean, probably more forced 50-50s and shit, because of course, I don't really care about where the story goes from here. It's tiresome.
I wholeheartedly agree. as I said before, I think this should be the last Tekken. I think they should focus on a different project. Take the mistakes they did from Tekken 7. I say Tekken 6 to Tekken 8. Learn from them and make a better product. But overall, guys, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Go ahead and subscribe to Soul Edge, aka I don't know how to say your name, not Daredevil. His link is literally right there. Go ahead and click the link at Not Matt Marta. You know, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to that guy if you want to see something about the real story and him tear the story a new asshole with good content, good pacing, and you know, go ahead and check that out. You gotta check it out. Don't fucking check that shit out. I'm gonna go ahead and call the night, boys. Y'all guys have a good one, and